Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
God damn it.
At this point, it is past midnight, so it is for the entire continental U.S. It is now the 26th. Even California is past midnight at this point, but we have to keep going for the islands out in the Pacific.
Oh, come on, really? What are we talking?
We got to be fair and do this for everyone.
Jeez. Hawaii? We got to do this for Hawaii?
Yep.
God, those people.
Hawaii and American Samoa.
Well, I'm okay with, but those people in Hawaii are filthy rich.
Not the natives, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I know. There's a lot of poverty too, like everywhere. Because that's what happens in capitalist systems. Some people, just success up the yin yang at the expense of everybody else.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with our predatory capitalism. That a very, very small number of people are wealthy and everyone else is crapped on.
Yep. So, did you catch the Webb launch, the James Webb Telescope launch this morning?
No, I didn't. That was actually one of the points where I got to take a nap for a couple hours.
It was lovely. Like any other launch, they all pretty much look the same. But knowing what it was and all that just made it all the much better for us junkies.
Yeah, as long as nothing crashed or blew up, it was good, huh?
Yeah. Let's see. I read my last report. I read is it's already 150,000 kilometers out. So only got let's see, 115. I think they said it'd be like another 850,000 kilometers to go.
And let's see, in the side chat, I see Robert X, Claire Bear, Jeff is still hanging around, Mage, and Titan Uranus.
Hi, kids.
So thanks for coming and sitting with us for the final stretch here.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody want to come in?
Yeah. This part of it is largely because I'm being pedantic about it. I don't think that we have any viewers in any of the areas that it is not yet past Christmas Day, but, got to get there on the technicality.
Well, you never know. They might watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that, I think once we get past California, I don't think I've got any viewers left. Oh, and we've got Hans and Native Atheist with us now.
Hans is from Hawaii?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I think he's somewhere rather in the Northeast. The way far east, Northeast.
From American Samoa, isn't he?
No.
Couldn't he pretend just for today?
Hey, Sarah. Really, Sarah? You're having a slow day the morning after Christmas. Probably because most of your customers are trying to sleep off the party from the night before yet. Oh, and there's Aunt Jur. Okay, Aunt Jur's in Seattle.
Cetal.
Uh,
I drank that whiskey and it didn't do anything to me. I don't didn't.
oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't get drunk at all. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Especially if you haven't drank for a long time, you would think it would have more effect.
Oh, it was 50 whole milliliters.
Yeah, but I mean, you shouldn't have any tolerance to it. So it's like, it's not like somebody who drinks all the time that, could drink a lot more.
Yeah, no, I have no tolerance. I go to a bar and have two drinks and I'm kind of loopy.
Yep.
Well, no, I should say that's really over dramatic. I can tell that I had two drinks and that if I have any more, I get in trouble. But I'm okay at two.
Yeah, my fiance, despite being a big woman, was a lightweight when it came to alcohol. That after 3 beers, she'd be slurring.
Yeah. Well, I didn't used to be this bad in my youth, but they say that when you go on HRT and it starts to do its thing to you, your alcohol tolerance changes big time.
Oh, really? I did not know that that was going to be one of the side effects.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've never seen any specific papers or even surveys on it. It's all anecdotal. Um,
So you think after I've been on HRT long enough, I'm going to need more to get drunk?
no, less,
Oh,
much less.
well, I know that, yeah, typically women, do have a lower tolerance than men. So maybe it is a hormonal thing.
No, that's mostly well, as I was always told in school. That's because of like height and weight issues more than anything else. That's just it's a smaller body, so the same amount of alcohol does more damage.
I was to understand that even for the same body weight, women tend to have a lower tolerance.
Yeah, that I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah, and again, I don't really know if the articles I was reading were based on anyone who actually had any medical training or not.
All I can say is that I've never been well, I was in high school, but I've never really been a heavy drinker as an actual adult. Um, but I used to be able to have three or four at a bar and feel okay. But after a couple of years on HRT, it's like, yeah, right, okay, come here, drink these two and go sit down before you fall over.
Yeah,
So
now see, I was never a big guy. I was always pretty slim, and it always surprised people that I had as high a tolerance as I did for my weight.
another Christmas here and gone.
Ah, big guy.
I really hate Christmas.
Yeah, Mark Caesar is also saying he thinks it is just due to the difference in weight.
Well, Mark's a pretty smart guy.
Well, and he deals with alcohol more than most people do.
Hmm.
Strawberry lips? What are strawberry lips? Oh, Sal, did you want to come in here? That's right. You're not on Twitter. I need to send you a link on Discord. Oh, let me load up Discord again. There. Okay, there we go. Trying to catch up on the side chat again. Yeah, so who got snow today? We had some coming down for a few hours. I think it just gave us a kind of a dusting to cover up the dirty stuff. I don't think it was anything significant.
We didn't get a speck. Nothing. Sunny all day.
Yeah, it's just kind of, I looked out my window for a while and it was snowing, and I looked out about 2 hours later and it had stopped. So it couldn't have been very much.
They say it's going to turn back into winter tomorrow.
Oh, I really didn't look at what the forecast for the next several days was. Hey, Johnny. This is the beginning of my favorite day of the year, December 26th. Leap year pending, there are now 364 days until Christmas. No. There we go, kitty. You are fine as long as you are not digging your claws into my leg.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Oh, he's a good boy. He is just suffering badly from BHS. That's boring human syndrome. Because I have basically been sitting in my chair every hour that I've been awake and not playing with him.
Well, I'm glad it's over. I just hate Christmas.
Hey, Sal.
Good morning, guys. How's it going? How was your Christmas?
Christmas sucks. How was
You know,
yours?
Oh, I will always love to make the best of it. Trees, lights, food, booze, all of it.
well, we did our celebration on Yule on the winter solstice, the 21st. So for me, by the time it gets around to Christmas, the holiday's over.
Oh, okay. Well, the solstice is a separate celebration for me, because of all my observations. So
Yep. Well,
that is all.
that's why the solstice is one of the few holidays I observe, because it's not an arbitrary date on the calendar. It's actually based on the Earth's position and angle relative to the sun.
Yeah, somebody this is the third year that I've made this observation, and the sun sets in exactly the same point, where it set in the previous years.
Well,
So
yeah.
my question always is what mechanism is in place to actually stop the sun? Because the sun sets, for those 2 days on the same spot.
Yep.
And yet the earth has moved.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
it's at its perihelion. It's at the peak of its arc. It's not going up and downhill, but think of it as you're going up and downhill. You get to the top of the hill, and there's a few moments where you're just kind of up there, and then you start coming down. It's that sort of thing. We are actually gaining time. It is changing, but it's only mere seconds and stuff.
okay.
So it's not believable.
Just wanted to address this. Sarah didn't know who Sal is. Sal is a Southern Hemisphere globehead. She does a lot of photography and observations of the moon and sun positions. Mostly a lot to debunk the flat earthers because they don't understand and can't explain how the sun and moon should move.
And it's the same every year, Sal, because we're orbiting the Earth, and the orbit never changes. Well, again, there's microscopic changes relative to our own lifespans, but it doesn't change, and so it's going to be those things.
Ah, great. We've got a spam bot already.
Oh,
I did want to.
Sorry about that. I did want to ask you guys, you are having winter now.
Yep.
Even though the sun is closest to the earth is closest to the sun, right? At this time of year. You guys are still at your coldest.
Yes. And we're going to get to our coldest. We haven't gotten there yet.
Because I know, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. It's that way because the difference between the distance were. I know what I'm trying to say, but I just don't.
Well, it's not the distance; it's the
It's the
Earth's
tilt.
tilt relative to the
Yes.
sun.
Right,
So
that
it's the
has,
the angle that the sun's rays are hitting us
yeah, it has
are at
far
such a
more,
low angle that we're not getting as much energy from it.
it has far more to do with that than the distance, the variable distance between the Earth and the sun, which is very little compared to the total distance of the
Yep,
sun.
and
What percentage would that be?
yep, and I actually went through most of my adult life believing that this was because we were at the furthest point from the sun. And it is surprising that all through my schooling, they never corrected that.
Well, I didn't know much about these things either. Like you don't really, I mean, who's thinking about these things in your everyday life? You're not bothered. But then when the flat earthers started making these, what are they called? Claims, assertions.
Delusions.
And then when delusions,
There
when
you
you
go.
look out, you think to yourself, but that's not what that's doing. That's not what's happening. That's
Yep.
not what you said.
Jenny, May
That's
just
not what
got a carol for you for the season.
that's not what the flat earthers said. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like what they say is happening, out there when you look at the sky or the sun or whatever. Nothing of what they say is happening in reality.
That's correct.
Hello, I don't know who that is. I
Oh, you
can't
have not
see.
met
I'm
Kitty
still on
yet.
my phone. I haven't set up my laptop yet.
So
No, we've
Kitty
been in
is
a
the
stream
goddess of
together
sewing.
before.
Oh, hi, Kitty.
Yeah, last time I was on my phone and I was sewing. The last time
Oh,
Southern Cal and I
hey.
were in the stream together. I'm not staying, but I did want to pop over and say hi. But it's coming up on 24 hours almost that I've been up, and I only got an hour of sleep. So I am going to be heading to bed, but I wanted
Well,
to
yeah,
at
you've
least...
got a child to keep up with.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have help with that, so that's nice, but it is 3:23 in the morning for me, and I wanted to at least say that I was part of the last stream, even if it's only for a minute, to close this whole thing out.
And we appreciate you being with us.
I tried to join as many streams as I could, considering there, was a lot going on for me in the last few days.
We seem to
I'm
be
running
having trouble
on
retaining people here.
I'm running on just fucking caffeine and a fucking wing and a prayer at this point.
Yeah.
Because like 2.5, 3 hours of sleep in 48 hours.
Oh,
That'll
I
run
get you.
anyone down. I'm not fucking 20 years old anymore. I just turned 35. Like, my body is not equipped to handle this shit anymore.
Now, when you say you're having a hard time retaining people, is that like for people in
No, it was just a funny thing that for a minute there, it's like I was letting people in and they were instantly disappearing again.
Is it
Oh.
just me or is the stream blurry? Like, going out to the YouTube, because I'm looking at the stream right now and it looks like everyone's blurry. It could just be
Okay.
on my end though.
What happens a lot on YouTube is you may have to go to the settings and look at what it says for quality, and you may have to reset that because for some reason that I cannot figure out, YouTube frequently decides that I want to be watching live streams in like 240p.
No, this is saying 144p.
Yeah, that's even
Ooh.
worse.
That's bad.
So yeah,
But
you
it was
just have to
fine for
reset
real
that.
streams. That's so weird.
Yeah, for some reason YouTube does that a lot to me.
You can run 140p on a potato,
It's
Yeah.
You should be able to do 720.
or at least one of Stuhl's potatoes.
I have lovely potatoes.
You say a potato and I magically appear.
Yeah. How does that happen?
Wait. I mean, are you eating
The
chips
son
right
of
now?
a bird.
The racist potato is here.
You just pointed at Junie. Junie's not a racist potato.
No.
That would be
On my
Will.
screen, I'm pointing at the
I'm
racist
a
Will.
I'm a California raisin, by the way, and yes, we are racist.
Yeah, mark for me too that my oldest daughter passed 35 a few years ago. So
Yeah,
That's my-
I
that's-
turned 35 on the 19th of December.
although speaking of setting the playback quality there, it's another useful trick for YouTube that if you're having it doing a lot of lag or buffering, if you set that down to a lower quality playback, then it won't buffer as much. Because basically you're reducing the amount of information it needs to send through for each refresh.
Like whenever I save my videos, I save it at a very low quality, and I don't know if it's appearing that way for everybody else, but I think it still looks pretty decent. But I figured that, yeah, it would have less buffer.
Well, I think if you're uploading it, you should upload it, at as high a quality as you can, and just leave that to the people viewing it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Because
This-
the people who have a fiber optic connection, it won't matter to.
And also, like, I have a 4K camera, so I upload everything in 4K because I have a 4K camera.
Yeah, but
This
unfortunately, the download from YouTube, how they release everything, is nowhere close to 4K.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It depends on what device you're on.
YouTube will fuck with your quality. So, don't.
Oh yeah, they let
upload
you
things
on
in
there.
For
Woo!
you kitty. YouTube will.
Not too tired to shoot a
And
zinger.
in this stream, the part of Signese will be played by Kitty.
Oh, I didn't realize Jeff
I
was here.
saw that last
Yeah.
night. I watched that stream.
It's
Is
very
here
good.
Claire's here.
Yeah.
Somebody
Hi,
was here
Claire.
last night at 2 also.
I'm so glad
Listen.
that I got to see Claire before I popped out of here because I was chatting with her until my phone died at like 4:30 in the morning.
It was
And
a
then I
good
went to
chat.
shower.
Yeah.
It was a good
It was
chat.
a good. Yeah, it was. It was. I enjoyed it very much. I did.
I have legal evidence that I'm not a bad boy. Okay. So if people want to be fucking bizarrely weird with me, fine, go for it. But yeah, that's their thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wasn't going to join this one, but I needed to get myself away from atheist Twitter for a little while because
Yeah.
some people drive me insane on there.
Was it rough over there this morning? Yeah.
Oh, I'll just say this is someone with a rather large following posting those religion is a mental illness memes again, and I just wish people they fucking stop it.
Hang on a minute. Can I hear something very Christmassy? I can hear the do it, Claire.
Oh no. We're not gonna close out. No.
I think you've been spoiled enough at Christmas still.
Yeah, I do. I every stream I go to you, that I'm gonna get a reputation. Jeez, dude.
This is actually very true.
God.
This is very true. I've been totally spoiled, and I
I'll tell you what.
haven't
I'll tell you
showed
what.
you my magic thing. And
well, you when I'm on my stream from Mayhem, you come over there. I'll say it all you want. I say it all the time anyway. You want to come, you go over there.
I think I don't stream, and I think people who stream are weird.
Oh, well, I guess we're all weird.
You're a streamer, but not you still.
I'd hate to break it to you, but you're streaming right now.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Have you actually ever had like a stream that hasn't been hit for a copyright?
Probably not.
You know what, Caesar? I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sarah has a point. We should have a YouTuber's guide to stool. List of things not to mention around stool.
I'm not
I
kidding
thought
you.
it was a pamphlet and somebody just forgot to give it to me or something. Is there?
Pamphlet.
Stool is the first person that I've ever seen streaming, and they took his stream down live because he was singing copyrighted material. Yes, I was
No.
there. I was there.
Wow.
A year ago.
Oh, you're a bad boy, hey?
I'm very bad. This is
Oh,
true, yeah.
I guess so. Oh, yeah.
What
Is that
material
what
was he
happened to your
selling?
famous potato
Eh?
stream? Did they take it down because it was a copyrighted potato?
A
Listen.
copyrighted potato. Wait a
Was
minute.
it was it from Idaho?
Wait, a copyrighted potato. Am I hearing right? Because this is good.
Yeah, Stool
Eh?
claims he doesn't remember this, but there was one time that he went to bed and he would live streamed a photo of a potato for 9 hours.
This is never happened. This is not a thing.
Well, you can't
Am I just
copyright a
really
potato. I
sleep
mean, they didn't take
deprivation,
that
or did
one
I
down.
hear that right?
I
Well,
think.
Stool claims it never happened, and I'm wondering what happened to the stream. So somebody took it down.
Oh, well, it was
Probably
just a
Stool.
potato.
The legend of
Yeah.
Stool. It's probably they probably
This
gave
is
you a
all good
copyright.
stuff. It's all
I-
good stuff. This is,
Like,
I think,
listen,
I'm intrigued.
can we change
Stool
this
incurred
topic?
Stool
Because I'm
incurred
not
the
really-
wrath of you incurred the wrath of Spud you like.
Well, see, and I think there is something that YouTube favors potatoes because, you know, usually on my streams we don't stay on topic for more than 3 minutes. And the record for this was National Potato Day, where we actually spent 45 minutes discussing ways to cook potatoes.
Well, for the record, potatoes are amazing.
Wait.
Yeah, but see, because it was potatoes, we actually went 12 times longer than our average.
Yeah. That's a good average, though. I think my average is only like a minute and a half.
I got it.
There have been many times that we've been off topic before we actually went live. I'm sorry,
I know
what
what
were you saying?
I know what happened to Stool's potato stream. It was the Russians. They took it down with a DMCA because of Sputnik.
There you go. It was Sputnik. Yeah.
No. Can we block her now, please?
No, that was good. That was punny. I like punny. Punny was
That
good.
was not good at all.
It was punny, not funny.
Okay,
Just punny.
somebody
It was
needs
good.
to
It was
write a
good.
Stool PD article.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That would be good.
I think somebody should write a.
I enjoyed it, Kitty. I enjoyed it.
Okay, when I
Hold on. I think
retired-
somebody should write a purple rhymes with orange Wikipedia page and highlighting the triumph that he has doing 4 years of this Christmas marathon.
Exactly. It was wonderful, too.
I agree.
And last year, she helped me celebrate New Year's when I was literally by myself. So I thank you again for that.
Yes, she is awesome.
Well, it
And
has
you
been a
waited a-
long tradition for me that, you know, since the 90s, I've been celebrating New Year's Eve just with friends on the internet. Actually, on the computer, even before we had the internet, when it was just local BBSs.
Mm-hmm.
And the big thing I have noticed is that the glasses do not clink as well against flat screens as they did against the old CRTs.
Oh. It's a different sound, right? It's a
I
totally
would crack my screen.
Oh, yeah, I would spill it.
Yeah, you don't get that nice sharp sound that you did with the actual glass tubes.
Yeah,
I'm getting increasingly more worried about you, perps, because you didn't used to be like this. So, what have you been doing?
I'm sick and I haven't been sleeping, and I've lost count of how many different medications I'm taking.
Is it the Paulies? Because the puns are really painful.
Well, I told you that gets worse the less sleep I have.
When I'm overtired, I get kind of tipsy as if I'm drunk.
Oh,
Like
sure.
I haven't had
Oh, yeah.
alcohol since election night, and
Yeah.
I feel buzzed anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That happens to me, too. I get like brain fog, like, and stuff.
Yeah, that feeling punch drunk from lack of sleep. That's a common thing.
Do you know, I never saw my dad cry, but the night that Trump won, he started laughing, and I swore he was going to start crying right after. Because he just let out this villainous, like, are you kidding? You're joking, right? And I said, no, he won. And he just started laughing.
The brain fog is one of the symptoms of the COVIDs.
Well,
Yeah.
Stool, as far as the
I
jokes
also
go,
do.
See, the problem when I don't sleep is I start losing the filters. So I start saying all of the things that come into my mind instead of realizing that some of these aren't worth saying.
Do you say all of the things?
Well, if I go far enough, I'll start saying all of them. It's a progressive thing.
You know what? This has been a very long Christmas. I've already said all of the things, and I don't care.
Have
I
you?
have no shame. And
Okay.
I do still struggle. Kitty, look, I appreciate the effort you did today to go and visit and do the meal. Christmas bosoms, fucking hell.
Are you still on about Christmas bosoms? Huh?
Okay, Will, who is this guy that you're using for an avatar here now?
You've never seen the big
Walter subject.
That quite literally is how I feel. I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee.
Is it literally?
I'm
Oh,
just gonna sit here.
that's oh my gosh. John Goodman,
Where is
right?
it?
John Goodman? Yeah.
Up on my wall. Up on my wall, I've got a painting of him.
I absolutely love that movie. When I'm having a bad day, I put it on. I have like 5 DVDs, the VHS. Big Lebowski is my blood type.
Yeah, no, I have actually never seen The Big Lebowski.
No.
Have you got an ordained yet, Will? Is it the Church of the Latter Day Dude?
But there's a Lebowski store in the mall by my house. They sell the sweater, the hammer pants, everything. And you could
dude is life goals.
Has anybody heard any reports lately on Jeff Bridges' health? He had come down with a form of cancer. I forget which one.
Oh.
I think maybe prostate, but I'm not sure.
I had not heard that. Merry Christmas.
You're welcome to jump in if you like.
Hey, Mero, long time no see.
Hey, honey.
About 200 years ago, I was on a Christmas stream, and Meryl was there. I think it was in 1975. Everything's gone blurry. I don't remember. But she's got a certificate. She's officially a clever now, so don't mess.
Awesome.
Oh.
You were on a stream with Mero yesterday, still.
Yeah, yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
We were there. Yeah. I watched it.
One of the reasons I identify with the Big Lebowski so much is because they filmed it near my house, and it's a way of life. Like, fuck it, let's go bowling is literally a way of life. Like, it's a way to look at things.
Because he literally is essentially living the life of an early retiree.
Yep.
He's got nothing really going on. He can drink White Russians for breakfast and go bowling in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And he's just a fucking
Dude
laid
life.
back hippie. Like,
be fair.
dude life. That's life goals.
Yeah,
Dude
Mage, I
life.
get this too. About my 3rd day without sleep, I get the audio hallucinations.
Ooh.
Oh, I see shadow people after about 48 hours.
Oh, I start seeing things on my peripheral vision long before that, yeah.
I stream with people.
My favorite one of my favorite memes that I used to actually quite often used to tweet to Trump when he was on Twitter was there was a picture of the big, like, where they're sat at the bar in the Big Lebowski, but instead of Steve Buscemi in there, it was Trump, and it shut the fuck up, Donnie. You know?
I kind of miss you posting that. Because anytime, I never followed Trump, so you would always pop up, and I would always be there.
What do you think of the fan theory that Donnie in the Big Lebowski was actually a ghost or hallucination?
Well, they were talking to him though. It's not like in Sixth Sense, where if you watch it twice, you realize, if I'm giving the movie away, sorry. Yeah.
It's been out like 10 years. Who fucking cares?
It kind of. Yeah, you'd have to figure out where did they get his ashes from then if he wasn't real.
Exactly.
I
love
think
that
he was
movie.
real. It's good.
I always jokingly whenever my ex-wife will come over, I always joke about how her and Marty Ackerman are gonna go out of town, and I take care of her Pomeranian.
Oh.
Fucking show dog with fucking papers. Sorry, I could quote that movie all night long. I love The Big Lebowski.
It's a good
It's a good
Radford,
one.
Radford is literally like a half an hour from my house. And the In-N-Out is still there if anyone has seen the movie. The
No,
In-N-Out
the
is
In-N-Out burgers. Yeah.
it's still
so
there.
Yeah. It's a classic.
But LA is good for that. If something becomes famous, they won't tear it down depending on what city it's in.
All
So
right. I
people-
was here for
oh.
25% of the last stream. Sorry, I'm like about to fall asleep, even though I'm sitting up.
Well, you,
So
I
Okay,
know
Kitty.
you.
Yep.
You
I
barely
will
got
give
any
you
sleep
all
yesterday.
as you.
Good
Yeah,
night, Kitty.
on the night before
Yeah,
either.
I
So
keep
Yep.
telling people nothing I do is ever as important as getting some decent sleep.
That's right.
just hoping.
Sweet
But
dreams, Kitty.
I'm glad I could be a part of this, and I'm glad I got to spend some of my Christmas holiday with you crazy fucks. I love you.
Yeah, well,
And
happy
I will see you guys later.
Later on.
happy
Hey,
Christmas, Kitty.
Happy
Rest well,
Christmas.
friend.
Happy Christmas.
Happy fucking Mythmas. Happy all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Love
That's
it.
cool.
Do you know
Have a good sleep.
I posted on Facebook Merry Christmas and Happy Festivus for the rest of us. And like 60 people wished me Happy Festivus.
Yeah, it's
So
still a thing. Yeah.
It's going to be my new tradition now. Every year I'm just going to say
Yeah,
Happy
see,
Festivus.
I didn't watch Seinfeld either, so it's like I've read about the reference, but I didn't really get it. It doesn't mean anything to me.
The Seinfeld show changed our culture.
It was a show about nothing. It turned into something. Right?
But
It's supposed to all be about nothing.
It changed our culture so much that we act like them. Like we will go off in a half an hour. Like I will talk about my coffee cup. It's inane, it's pointless, but there's a story about how I got it, and that's because of Seinfeld. You know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that. And just the inane things that they talked about on the show that they've become part of our common vernacular. A master of your domain. I mean, everybody knows master of domain. It's oh gosh, there's just so many I can't think of them.
Soup Nazi, Bubble Boy.
Oh, I love the soup one. I love the soup one.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. And Elaine dancing at that party was painful. Literally painful too. It was so painful to watch. She was so good though. Oh god, that was so good.
When I was younger, it was like it was a part of my family. We would watch it every Thursday. You know.
Yeah.
Now, Will, did you ever notice in Seinfeld that back in his corner on his desk there was always the most current Macintosh?
No, and now that you say that, I will never unsee it because I watch reruns because TV just stinks. So I'm watching Seinfeld again.
That's a product placement for you there, Jenny.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of before the days of product placement, and so there's been a lot of discussion on where did it come from. Was it because Seinfeld was a major fan? Was the producer a major fan? Did Apple pay them to put it there? Nobody seems to know. But it was but they're always the most current Mac was in the corner.
To be fair, if you were up on technology, a lot of people kept up with Mac, IBM, a lot of those companies.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the internet back then, kids. To me, I remember in my high school, we had Apple IIes, and I was like, we live in the future. We live in the future. Because we thought we had computers in our classrooms,
We didn't. We were the stupid generation. We only invented them. We couldn't have them in the class.
We thought we were. Britain. We thought we were ahead of the everyone in the world in like computer education because we had a BBC Micro at every school. So no.
Oh gosh.
I know when I was in junior high school, we were at some kind of field trip to the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry, and there was a computer guy doing a talk and things like this, and they make this ASCII character image of Albert Einstein, on the dot matrix printer, and it took forever to make it. And he's, doing his typical rap, and he's telling us about when you guys get into high school, you're going to have computers in every room. And of course, we had none for all my years of high school. And my younger brother, who was 5 years younger than me, they only started showing up at his high school when he was a senior.
Oh,
So it was,
now I think I've got about 4 or 5 computers just in the room I'm in, technically.
Same.
yeah,
Like I have.
because even
Sorry. Go ahead.
no, go on. I was gonna say even on phones, you can go out online. It's like a mini computer. I have a mini Excel program right on my phone.
it's not a mini computer; it's a full computer.
It's like a full computer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have just as many computers in this room as sewing machines. Computers.
Well, your
Yeah,
cell
balanced
phone.
hobby.
Your cell phone is several times more powerful than the computer NASA had for the Apollo landings.
Yeah.
What? That sounds bizarre.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's scary.
Yeah,
by huge amount. The computers they had were barely 8-bit machines.
Yep.
The computer that was in the Apollo command module had about the power of a Commodore 64.
Yeah,
the NASA ground control computer had about the power of a first generation Pentium.
No, not even close to that.
And the NASA computer took up. Yeah, the NASA computer took up an entire room that was like 20 by 30.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing how far. Do you know, I saw a picture on Facebook yesterday, and it showed the Wright brothers and the moon landing, and it said, I want you to realize that this picture was taken 66 years apart between the Wright brothers first flight and the moon landing.
Yeah, which is like nothing.
Nothing at all.
It's amazing to think how far technologically we came in the 20th century.
Absolutely.
When you think about it, it's
Yep.
Well, okay, I can compare to that. 66 years apart, you say, okay, I was born in 1954. In 1954, the only computers that were out there were gigantic mainframes at universities and military, and that was it. That was it. And now look what we have today. 67 years later that I'm at this age, everybody has a supercomputer in their hand with their cell phone.
They have refrigerators to do your shopping based.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to say that when he was born, the automobile hadn't been invented, and he saw men walk on the moon.
That's crazy to me. My grandmother was like that. She was born in 1919, and she lived to be 99 years old. And she grew up barefoot in the Chihuahua mountains of Mexico.
Wow.
And she was a real life Zsa Zsa Gabor, but imagine the technology that in her lifetime.
Yeah, and it's funny if you look at the science fiction from the 60s and 70s. How many things we have, especially the power and size of the computers, that they didn't even project then. That even in the year 2000, they never thought we would have gotten handheld computers.
Well, to be fair, Star Trek predicted the future, like the original TOS. A lot of the stuff, like
they predicted a lot of things, but I'm saying that especially with computers and the micronization of electronics, just went way beyond anything that they predicted.
I agree, but like I'm obsessed with Stargate, and I went back and I'm still rewatching the series, and they had tablets in the 90s in their show. They were huge, but they were tablets. And that technology wasn't readily accessible even back then.
I can't believe how much the laptop has changed. I ran into somebody with a current Mac laptop, and it's just it's like twice the thickness of my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last laptop I had was about an inch thick and weighed like 8 pounds. It's
Oh, I wish I could show
and
you.
now they got these little bitty things that are just they weigh nothing and are far more powerful, and the battery lasts for a day and a half.
The one I'm talking to you on right now is a brand new MacBook Pro, and it's skinny.
Yeah.
It's not as slim, but it's really skinny.
Hey, I remember when Cray proudly advertised the first portable computer. It had no battery, so you still had to plug it in wherever you went. It had a 4-inch monitor, and it weighed 70 pounds.
Hey, Perp, where did they make those Cray computers?
I'm sorry, not Cray. Shit. Yeah, now I'm having trouble. Who was the company?
Back in the day, my pops had a cell phone that looked like a battlefield. It was huge. It was like a battery with a phone connected to it.
Yeah, like they look like briefcases, weren't they? The early mobile phones.
Oh, it was hilarious. He thought he was fancy because he had it in his car.
Perp, it sounds like you were describing a compact computer.
Yeah, compact was what I meant there. Yeah.
I helped a friend get one of those up and running. She had no idea how to do it. Worked for the mayor's office in St. Paul, and had me come in on a weekend, and we figured it out. It was their first computer in their office, and it took us all day to get the damn thing up and running.
Dang, like that long.
DOS is just such a ridiculous fucking operating system.
Oh my gosh, now you can just take less than maybe what to set up a computer now.
So glad to just seeing the chat. Glad to hear Hops Watch is feeling better.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Hops,
good.
I
Yeah.
just sent you a link on Twitter, so come on in.
Those I have nostalgia for that era, but that technology was cumbersome. So we have come a long way.
Yeah. Well, I remember it was 1982 that I got my first computer. It was a Commodore 64, and I got the data cassette drive because at the time the floppy disk drive cost more than the computer itself.
Perp, the Cray computer was built at the Cray Industries headquarters, which was right up here in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
Yep. And that was actually one of the things about the movie The Last Starfighter was all of these spaceships, there were no models built. It was the first movie that all of the space scenes were computer generated on a Cray computer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
But I'll tell you something else. In the film Titanic, the guy, the character that what's his name was playing, who drowned. In the end,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo
Played Jack.
That where are you from? Oh, I grew up on this lake such and such in Wisconsin. Unfortunately, that was a lake made by a dam that wasn't built until after the Titanic sank.
That's a good pitch.
Hollywood is famous for not fact checking. They don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, Genesis.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh my God, I kissed the guy I was dating for the first time tonight, and it was awesome and gay.
Oh, yay, go you.
Yay.
Yay.
And I left my ID and credit card, debit card at the club, so not yay. But overall net positive.
Yeah.
Just, be careful you didn't buy an RV. That's dangerous.
Well, no, so, I left it with the barkeep. I had a tab open.
Oh, okay. So at least you know who's got it.
Yeah. I've been calling to, try to get the fucking people to tell me when I can come in and get the card, but, no one's picking up. I'm just gonna call tomorrow. I'm feeling kind of stressed about it.
Hey, Hops.
Sorry for ranting. How are you guys doing?
No, I can I can see how on the night of a holiday they might be too busy to be answering the phone, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, the club was dead.
Oh.
It was pretty chill, pretty good vibes.
Club dead sounds like a hangout for zombies.
We have
I
a
mean,
bunch
it's a
of golf
goth
clubs
club,
now.
so
Nice.
you know it being dead is kind of appropriate.
We have a bunch of golf clubs here.
So, Hops, you're upright and feeling better?
No, I'm feeling much better. I measured my fever this morning. Oh, it was at 37.6. And now all the Americans don't know what I'm talking about. It's
No, that's
Come
not
down.
too bad. That's about 0.6 too high.
That's why we got
Yeah,
quiet.
it is a bit still. It is a bit still, but it's only half a centigrade too high, approximately. So
Yeah, all the Americans were wondering how your body got to be below room temperature.
right.
36. If it's 36, I don't live there.
No, that's differences in measure for you. So that's good.
Yeah, because our country is too stubborn to go along with something everyone else in the world uses.
Yeah.
Because we're
you're
so
right.
special, that's why.
Don't even get me started on freedom units.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my earbuds in, so hopefully I'll have better mic quality.
Okay, you're sounding okay.
Am I coming in crispier?
Yes.
A bit of a reverb going on, but other than that, you're good.
These are Raycons.
Actually, a little loud, to be honest.
So
Well, let's see how you do with the earbuds, and I can adjust the volume a bit if we need to.
So I need some quick advice, and this is first world problems. But tell me that spending $130 on an iron is too much money.
Yeah.
well, depends.
The most I would spend is probably like 20.
But it pops up. You put it down, and it instantly pops up. It has its own kickstand.
You put it down and it instantly pops up. That sounds like a problem.
No, I'm sorry. When you let go of the handle, it instantly pops up. So you can leave it level.
What's the use of that? I
For
mean,
quilting or making clothes in general. Like
why would you quilt or make clothes in a
you're
golf field? In a golf field, you were talking about Ireland, right?
No, I'm talking about ironing.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Just being obtuse.
Marijuana's legal where I live, and it's late, so be kind.
Right. I would love to live in a place where marijuana is legal. I got this Norwegian friend, Kjartan Roen. He's on the Pinpoint podcast, and we've got this joke between us that Denmark is actually not Denmark. We are the bland Netherlands, because Denmark is just as flat, but weed is banned. So that's what makes us the bland Netherlands.
I find that strange when people ban marijuana. It's sleepy, happy, hungry are the side effects.
It's been banned since forever in Denmark. I mean, ever since anyone came up with a legislation about marijuana, it's been banned, and Denmark jumped in headfirst into the war against drugs and has kept that policy ever since. The only progressive thing I can mention about Danish drug policies is the way that we treat drug addicts. That's actually pretty progressive. We supply them drugs or substitute drugs for the addiction that they have. But that's about the only good thing that we do. The rest is just.
Does that cut down the problem?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it doesn't solve the addiction problem for the addicts, but it stops them from committing crime to get money for their drugs.
Absolutely. Because Washington State has things like that, but where I live in California, they just put people in jail. They'd rather build more prisons than help people.
Yeah, that's the problem with the U.S. approach, that we need to start treating it as a health issue rather than as a criminal issue.
Oh, we've got sample. I mean, we've got that guy.
Oh, Stool.
Stool is
Oh.
back.
Welcome back, still.
Welcome back, Stool.
So
And we lost Jenny.
maybe
dang
because
it.
Stool came. I'm giving you a hard time, Stool. Sorry.
Stool has been good this year. No controversy. No, there's not going to be a video about it later. You've been actually quite. I've been lurking
No.
this
The
entire
year,
time.
the year is
I
not
just-
over yet, Will.
True.
No,
Give him
Stool,
time.
Stool has learned to lurk quietly this year, and now he's going to cut up all these streams into quotes. And over the next several weeks, he's going to post everything embarrassing everyone said.
Oh, that
Stool,
Oh,
I
no.
have just read your username, your nickname here in chat, right? Now, was this an anthropomorphic squirrel like a furry? Or was this just like a regular squirrel? I need to know for my fan fiction.
Generic. Just generic squirrel.
And to
Oh,
correct
yeah.
myself,
Just a normal ass squirrel. Oh, yeah.
and for correction, it was Oregon, not Washington State. And in Oregon, I believe they decriminalized drugs as well, so you don't necessarily go to jail for being arrested, which is revolutionary in America.
Right.
You know, that's why the town I was in Michigan was so dead, because all the mines had closed, you know, or all gone.
I think if we actually took a progressive approach to drug abuse, it would cut down crime. I could be wrong, but didn't Spain legalize all drugs and their crime rate went down?
Was it Spain?
I'm not sure if
Portugal?
Spain legalized all
Well,
drugs or
so,
not.
like,
I don't know if it was Portugal.
historically, right? Legalizing and decriminalizing
Oh.
drugs limits the amount of overdoses and deaths caused by drugs.
You're
Yeah,
roboting,
you're-
Jenny.
Genesis,
You're
you're
roboting.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
roboting. It sounds
Oh.
pretty harsh here.
I don't know why that was the case. Hold on.
I think your mic's plugged in a suspicious way. Something.
Well, he went to
you're-
the cordless earbuds.
Hops, you're looking a lot better.
I feel a lot better.
Do you feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Much better. Did I mention? Oh, I did mention my temperature. Yeah. Oh, that was before you came. It's at 37.6.
Mm.
Wait, that's not
I
fun.
mean,
That's
if I'm
not fun telling.
roboting,
You're
You
still
are
Oh,
roboting.
that's hot. That's harsh.
Yeah.
That is harsh.
Connected.
Try jumping out and in again.
And it was Portugal. They were the first to decriminalize the public and private use, acquisition, or possession of all drugs in the year 2000.
Thank
Right.
you, Kitty. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Portugal.
Yeah, Kitty said it, and I went straight to my Google foo.
Did you Google foo?
Yeah.
You got good Google foo skill. That's good.
Oh, I should
Oh,
work
there
for
you
the
are,
CIA.
Jenny.
I should work for the CIA. I'm really good with my Google foo.
Yeah, Jenny got booted because StreamYards on a mobile device sucks.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
It zaps your phone.
This is very true. Don't
Yeah, it
use the
doesn't work well for
StreamYards
people
on
on
your.
phones or tablets.
Don't use it on
Mm.
your handheld device because it will set your life on fire. I speak from experience.
Oh,
it
goodness.
does sap your battery pretty quickly on your phone.
I mean, I'm on my phone right now, but I am at home and I can plug it in quite easily. So
Mm-hmm.
There was
Yep.
a
Well,
was a
Doc
stream-
Fearsome often has that he'll stay on the stream until his phone overheats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a very serious science because Perps was doing a stream a few months ago and I tried to join on my mobile, bad move, and almost fire. Not joking.
No. Oh.
Not joking. I got a
Wow.
message. I got a message on the screen saying, "I am shutting off because I am dangerously hot." It was scary.
Mm.
Okay, trying again with the big mic.
Yeah, I just had to switch to my computer.
Oh yeah, that's so much better.
That sounds a
Yeah,
lot
this
better.
is my condenser mic. Of course, it sounds better. It's like a $60 mic.
I need to stop being lazy and go get one of those. But I'm
So
scared.
I just got. If you want to know, like the one I got the Pseudotac Studio condenser mic, and the only drawback is if I talk far away, it doesn't sound as nice.
Mhm.
But if I talk up close, it sounds nice and crisp. So, but like, there's tons of mics you could get that are better than mine. I just got a cheap one.
I want to know the one that Dick Dawson uses.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, he comes through loud and clear.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that also is just like his voice too.
I also know the secrets.
Oh, you mean that my voice won't sound sexier if I get it?
I know stuff.
Okay, Jenny sent a link to the iron that Will was talking about.
I watch a lot of sewing content and just I'm like, ooh, I
No.
want that. I want that.
Really?
So it's just some first world problems. Just something ridiculous I want.
Well, I've always wanted to have a sewing machine that was, strong enough to be able to sew like canvas and even leather. I knew I'd never be able to afford to have one.
I want to get a sewing machine to create a fursuit because I'm trash.
So I'm not kidding you. If you go to the Goodwill and you find an older machine and get a leather needle, it will cut through leather like butter or anything. The older machines were heavy duty and made to last. So if you get like something from the 60s, you pay $40-$50 for it, and just oil it up, it'll last forever.
I'm not going there.
It's literally what I do.
I'm just not going to say it.
Okay,
I'm being a
yeah,
good boy.
I'm sorry. Kitty sent the link for the iron rather. See, that's part of it again. That not enough sleep, and I'm screwing up names.
It's okay, Purple.
I'm watching too much Montanaville sewing.
I have a really hard time keeping names straight when I'm at my best, honestly.
All of the sewing videos I've watched are about how to make fursuits or how to make puppy play leather muzzles.
Really? I want to I'm down to watch something like that.
So I've been having an identity crisis where I think I'm Therian, so I want to like look into all of these different like things.
I had a whole character plan named Douglas Furry to play off the name of Douglas Murray. And I was just going to say demographics a bunch with my eagle head, but then I grew up because I can't stand Douglas Murray, the person. So
I never grew up. I have a persona. I'm trash.
No, it's more about Douglas Murray because he's a disgrace to the human race.
If you get bored of sewing, which maybe there are people out there who are not into sewing. Whatever. But I've heard a rumor there's a new thing in town called edging. So
oh, fucking hell, Stove.
I didn't bring this up, okay? I didn't bring it up.
Give it a try. Because it's what the baby Jesus would have liked.
We were edging for Christmas for the past 2 hours for anybody who wanted to know. It was just a catchy title.
Okay, and we have passed the mark for another time zone. It is now no longer Christmas at Midway Island.
Okay.
There you go.
Is it still Christmas in Hawaii?
I'm not sure which. I'll have to check which zone Hawaii is in.
Anyway, I'm trying to share my screen right now.
Okay, hold on just a minute and I'll get there.
Talking about sewing.
Yeah. Yep, it's still Christmas in Honolulu for another hour.
rather I can't speak. So it's actually cross stitching.
Oh
That's
God,
amazing.
that's
It's one of-
Keith Flint from Prodigy, isn't it?
yes, it is. It is.
That's artwork.
I love that band. I love that band so much.
That's one of my friends who makes that.
Yeah, Sloth Girl used to do cross stitch. She says she can't anymore because her eyes aren't so good.
No, that sucks.
That's absolutely that's like precision right there. As
Yeah.
someone who sews, that's amazing.
Cross stitch is literally counting the number of threads in the fabric to know where to put the next stitch.
Yeah. Just wanted to share his artwork with you, with someone who would appreciate it. Well, most people do appreciate it, I will say. It's impressive that what he does.
That's patience and just someone who
Wow.
absolutely loves what they do.
Yep.
I'm not.
Now I have
necessarily-
Prodigy in my head. Now I'm like I have like 2 different Prodigy songs in my head.
I do not
welcome.
have the patience or the attention to detail to do something like that.
I'm not
Nor I.
necessarily a twisted fire starter, but whilst I was away, a thing did occur. I'm so shit.
We know Stool. That's why I've called Stool. Okay. No, I won't go there.
You are looking better, Hops. You really are.
Thank you.
You were very unwell, weren't you?
I was very, very unwell.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
were
could-
You
Still got
sound
a
much
bit of
stronger.
I could
You
see
sound-
the unwell. Yeah.
You could hear the unwell as well.
Yeah, you sound
bad.
much stronger. Yeah.
Thanks.
So is an unwell a tall, skinny mound as opposed to a hole in the ground?
Yeah. Every day I'm getting bigger and stronger. Getting bigger and stronger and better.
Just out of interest, you don't have to answer this, but do you think it might have been the COVID? A
It
little
is
bit.
the COVID.
It is the COVID.
Yes, I
is.
got the confirmation of that yesterday evening.
Oh,
weren't you-
shit.
I'm absolutely sure you were on the street with the stream where I announced it. Maybe you came
Yeah.
in later, but I announced it on stream yesterday evening. But much better now. I don't know how long these things usually take. Well, for people who get really, really sick, they take like months. But I was a bit disappointed that I was that hard struck when I was vaccinated. But I kind of realize now, retrospect, of course, that the time of my illness will be relatively short, and that's probably due to the vaccine, I could imagine.
Well, and just that you didn't wind up in a hospital with a machine breathing for you.
That too. Wow. So dodged a bullet or something.
Yeah, this is why the jabbies are important.
Yeah. Yeah, the
If you-
vaccine will not
if you get
necessarily prevent you
poorly-
from getting the virus, but it will make it so your body can fight it off much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
you get poorly, it will still suck massively, but at least we're not dead.
I got COVID after. I got COVID after being double jabbed, and I was quite worried because I was immunocompromised anyway. But the fact that I got that I had been jabbed is probably the fact that it didn't hit me as hard as what it could have done, and mine was quite mild in comparison to what some people have had when they've got COVID.
Yeah, the scary thing is that, with this whole, new variants coming by and people still getting, sick, the anti-vaxxers are just going to say, well, see, there's no point of getting the vaccine because you're still going to get it.
Oh, dear.
But don't realize
I'm
that-
sorry, Hops, I didn't mean to kick you. I was just trying to remove the image that you'd been sharing there. So, come back in.
Come back, Hops.
Yep.
Sorry, I was gorging on my popcorn. My
Harris
cousin
will be your friend.
I was saying in the stream earlier when we were edging for Christmas, I was saying about how my cousin is a evangelical Christian and he's an anti-vaxxer. And I asked him flat out, and he said he didn't get the vaccine, but I was still kind of shocked. Because in LA County, we have 9,000 new cases every day.
Sorry, he got it, or did something worse happen?
No, he refuses to get the vaccine because of his religious principles.
Well, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Which religion prohibits this in any way whatsoever?
My cousin's what I call a new age American evangelical Christian, where everything's like God and country, and they're Trumpers in a weird way. It's all kind of mixed in the same bag.
Oh, is it also QAnon?
Vaccine.
Is he also QAnon?
Well, he said exactly what Junie said about people who are getting the jab are getting sick. So what's the point? He literally said it in this room not 24 hours ago. And I'm like, wow, I hope you don't have COVID and you're spreading it to the entire family right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But what can you do?
Well, it's people who are evangelicals.
My oldest brother never said whether or not he got vaccinated, but he did complain about having to wear a mask in the grocery store and was rather put off that I didn't want to do his get-together with all the brothers last month. And guess who's in the hospital with COVID now?
Yeah.
Your brother.
Yeah, so,
I just don't get it that people can get so upset about wearing a mask. How that can be so... Ooh.
Well, and, okay, winter in Minnesota now, and I'm seeing a bunch of the people who bitch that they couldn't breathe through a mask, but they've got no problem when they go outside wrapping a scarf over their face.
Right. I mean, stupidity like that should be punishable, in my humble opinion.
I share your humble opinion.
I mean, really.
Yeah, it's because some bullshit politicians told them that this was some kind of a control device.
I mean, they should, and the punishment should be kind of subtle and unusual. It would be they would be forced to be dressed like clowns and and wear a mask that was in the clown theme and really big, like this big or something, and to make them look extra silly. And for every time they said something stupid, like they couldn't wear a mask, and the minute after would wear a huge scarf around their mouth. For every time they did that, they had to wear that outfit for, I don't know,
2 days,
2, 3.
Yeah, 3
decades.
sounds good.
Even if you made it law, like it's been a mask. We've had a mask mandate in California forever. It's law in certain counties, and people still ignore it.
Oh, and they're government supplied, so you don't get to pick your clown costume. You get what you get.
I got to add
right.
to the punishment.
Right.
So when the stupid people wear their clown outfit, can they have a honker?
They can have a honker.
So to announce, thank you, Hop. To announce, I love it when I've never heard Hop say honker before. So when the stupid,
you can't say honker when I'm eating.
I'm not allowed to say honker when Will is here. So when the stupids arrive, can they have a big honker so that we can hear them?
Yes, they can have a big honker so that we can hear them.
Well, you can put those big clown shoes on so we can hear them coming to, the ones that squeak.
Oh yeah. Just like is that mentioned somewhere in the Bible that leopards wore bells on their feet so that everyone could hear that now there's a leopard.
Yeah.
So so analogous to that. Funny thing is, leprosy isn't actually very contagious, is it? Come to think of it.
No, it was more like a social caste thing, right? So.
Yeah, and I mean it's a parasitic
physical,
disease, as far as I know, and I mean parasitic diseases can occasionally be contagious, but often they are not. And no, I'm not. I would like to hear a medical expert on this one.
I'm a
Because-
medical
Well,
expert.
parasites at least aren't airborne. They would require physical contact to spread.
Right, right. And as far as I know, it's more like cholera, and not malaria, but more like cholera. It's something that you get because you drink tainted water, or you're in specific places where the contagion is kind of around. It's not something that you pass from person to person, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, what's the common greeting in a leper colony?
The common
Haven't
what?
seen much of you around lately.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my
That was
god.
good and funny.
Do you guys have vaccine passports where you live?
Yeah.
We're supposed to here, but no one's honoring it, and it's actually really strange to me.
Yeah, that I can't speak. That's the advantage with big government. We actually have it as a standard. Everyone can have it on their phone. So, and I mean it's government issued, so it'll go everywhere. If you want to see mine,
Americans we take self-determination to a whole different degree.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
and again, the people who are saying that it's like fascist for stores to say they have to wear a mask are the same people who were bitching because the court ruled that a baker had to make a cake for a gay wedding if there wasn't anyone else in the area who could do it.
Well, I think it's fascist that those people are trying to kill me because I'm immunocompromised. If I get COVID, I'm not going to survive.
Perhaps can you make me big?
What, make you big?
Oh, there's my. I can't see that, can you?
You got too much glare. You got to tip it down
Yeah,
a
it's
bit.
a bit.
We have something kind of similar too, and the paper as well.
Oh, you can kind of see.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
well,
can see writing.
I think I can make it a little better. Yeah, maybe that. But it will be okay. There. So.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
You can see. Yeah, you can see now.
So just about make that out. Yeah.
You know, I wish
it's the pass on the top.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied. But anyway, I've got three. We've got three different passports. Got one for tests, and
Hey, Sam.
one for vaccinations, and one for immunity. For if you actually had the thing. Right now, I can see. So for some reason, some of these are void now because I've got the plague. I hope I'm getting them back because I did have a vaccination certificate. Used to have. I am a bit of a loss why I don't have it anymore.
They've talked about it here, but they've done nothing. I've never once had to show my vaccination card.
Same. That's why it's so disappointing because our numbers are shooting through the roof again. And
You can make me small again, Pubs.
We have all these strict laws, but no one's there to enforce them. No one cares. And our sheriff flat out said, I'm not going to enforce these laws.
Yeah, even when it came to the requiring masks, it was left up to the minimum wage workers at the retail stores. And it's like, you know, I felt so bad for those people. They weren't getting paid enough for the shit they deal with in a normal day. They didn't have to be confronting people who they knew were going to be assholes.
Right. But a lot of the retail stores here on the East Coast now, they're still doing the temperature checks and everything on the way in because we right now got a variant. We've got quite a few cases here on the East Coast.
Now the Pi variant.
Well, I don't know which one. Oh, it's just it's spreading faster.
That'll be the next one.
It's supposed to be
Mhm.
like that here, what Sam is saying, but it's,
Mhm.
it's just weird to me that no one's enforcing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah,
They
the
really
most I've ever seen around here is stores having signs up that say people have to wear masks to enter.
Mhm.
And even then, you go inside and at least a third of the people aren't wearing a mask, and nobody's gonna do anything to enforce
That's
it.
what gets me so much. It's
This,
like,
I know,
why?
it's fucking fuckety because I don't want to do a China, but we need somebody to do rules and laws
Mhm.
and make the stupids illegal.
Yeah, but where I live, people have firearms and weapons.
I know.
Well, I don't believe in
Yes.
violence, but if you see someone who's not wearing a mask, I think you should go and cough on them.
We still talk like
Okay,
people
so
get, someone will say like, "Oh, really?" or someone will talk trash to somebody if they're not wearing a mask.
You'd have
At
to
least
take your own mask off to cough on them, though. You do know that.
Yeah, there you go.
I ate
And-
really spicy salsa, but I have a story to tell. So I used to work at a theme park, right? And I would tell everyone to wear their fucking masks, right? And so the thing is I would be super bitchy about it too. It's like, hey sir, can you pull your mask up a little bit if it was like under his nose? And like this dude like flicked his mask off and but it didn't go over his nose. So I said, Siri, shut the fuck up. So he flicked his mask up, but it didn't go over his nose. So I was like, wow, you're a genius. Real smart. Good job. Big boy. And he got so mad at me. He was about to punch me, and I didn't give a fuck. Anyways, capitalism is dumb, and like, I didn't get paid enough to tell these people to wear their fucking masks, but I still did it. Fuck the system.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah, Mark's saying it may come to it that you need to show vaccination status to get an Uber.
Oh, and
I think that Uber should just at least put a box, on their app that when you're ordering a ride, you can check whether you want a driver who insists on a mask or not.
Mm-hmm.
And Jenny, be nice to Siri because she's gonna remember when the robots take over that you were mean to her. She didn't hear me.
Oh, Purple, my battery is getting ready to die. I'm going to jump down. You had a very, very good reading.
Okay, we've only got about half an hour to go here.
Well, good luck, everyone, and have a wonderful stream. And
Have a
sorry
great
to be
night.
part of it.
Thanks for coming
good
in.
Night, all.
Claire,
Thank you.
See ya.
There you go.
Bye.
Claire.
Yes, Stool. Yes, Stool. I hear you. Yeah.
Come on, do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
You've been spoiled enough, still.
These are very nice people. There's not an appropriate way to say that thing here. I'm not going to do it.
Just do it. Nobody watches Purple streams. You're safe.
Oh,
like 20 people watching right
now. You're such a pedant. You wouldn't tell me how to pronounce it right. I'm never saying that word in front of you again. I'll talk to you later. Have a good stream, everyone. Bye.
Bye, Claire.
Bye-bye.
Hey Siri, tell Alexa to Google Siri.
I don't know why, but I'm extremely polite to the A word. I don't even know why. Just in
because
case.
you're preparing for our robot overlords.
Just in case. I read a lot of Isaac Asimov. Just in case. Remember the 3 laws.
See, my Alexa on my phone speaker is so sensitive to how it sounds that she just goes off even if you don't say her name.
Same.
Yeah, I don't think that the robot dog that the U.S. Army gave an automatic rifle to has read the 3 robotic laws.
My A word is so sensitive, I can't even say her name without it going off. And recently, I have Paramount Plus, and I was watching the new South Park, and they used the A word as a character, and I had to walk out of the room because every time they would say the A word, mine would answer, and it got annoying to the point where I had to like walk out of the room.
Oh my gosh.
You can turn that setting off, can't you?
I was raised by boomers. I'm lucky I even got this thing hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, so I just ate this really spicy salsa, and I'm just now calming down from it. Holy shit!
My fiance had a cat named Sophia, and I just remember how the cat would get confused and stare at the TV when she was watching the Golden Girls, and the cat heard them say her name.
I love that show. I absolutely love that damn show. I'm Blanche in real life.
I would make Blanche look like Rose.
Yeah, true. But you know, for that era, she was provocative, just being a floozy at her age. You know.
Oh yeah.
We were prudes back in the day.
Well, yeah, you know, for her being that loose at any age was still scandalous to a lot of people.
Exactly.
I'm a prude, and I don't like bad language.
Bungus.
Bollocks.
But
yeah, I'm just hoping for a little more action before I become a prune.
I do still. That sounded weird. I do still want to hear Hopswatch do a honky honky noise. Will, I apologize for saying it's a honky honky. I'm so sorry.
That's not
a honky honky noise. Yeah, I need a honker for that.
Oh, you and I are the only two that got that. They don't even. That's that word.
I got that reference. Will, I wasn't going to give Phil the.
But
laughing.
To a certain generation, if you say that to people, they don't even know what it means anymore. You know, it makes me laugh. Right?
Oh my god! So can I share something again?
Is it a honky honky noise?
It's not a honky honky noise. I'm sorry to tell.
I think of honky as honky tonk. You know, picking and grinning with your guitar.
Honky tonk, man.
Exactly.
And Robert X is threatening people if they don't hit the like button.
Absolutely love Robert X. Remembers to shield for the community.
Okay, what have we got here?
So this is a traditional Danish rice pudding, though usually not in that color. But this friend of mine had his mum dye it for him. So what does this? This reminds me of something very specifically.
Before I enlarged it, I was thinking it was a scoop of pistachio ice cream.
Yeah, it could have been that, but I'm thinking more of a film. It's a horror film.
Just that was the only food I could think of that would be that color.
Okay, but I was thrown immediately back to the 1987, I think it was, movie of Peter Jackson, Bad Taste.
No, I have never seen that. That reminds me of the stuff that came out of the tubes in the original Hitchhiker's for the Galaxy. Hitchhiker's Guide for the Galaxy.
Right. Okay. I haven't seen that. I'm afraid.
Oh, the original is amazing. It's amazing, and the remake is awesome as well.
The remake is definitely watchable. It's actually good. But I would very much like to see the original. Do you know where I can see it?
I recently got lucky and found it on VHS. So I'm a dinosaur. I watch it on VHS all the time.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, so you should transfer it to a digital medium.
You know what's funny? I have that technology. I just need to get off my duff and do it.
Okay, you really should, because we are a lot of people who would love to see it.
I'm still a huge fan of the VHS because it's the best format ever.
Yep. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil the movie, but do you want to know what it is that looks like that?
Before you do that, what's the name of that food? Because if this is not a real food, I will not like you.
It is real food. It's called riz à l'amande.
Oh,
Riz à l'amande. It's a rice with almonds. It's a rice pudding. In Danish, we call it risalamang because we are like that.
That's kind of close to arroz.
Okay, we've gone so late that people in the Eastern time zone are waking up now.
Okay. I wish you all the well, Diana. With that, hope everything goes according to plan. Wow.
Yeah, I just hope that she can get some sleep today. She has been up too much.
Yeah.
Are the Eastern people waking up or going? Are they going to bed or waking up?
Well, it's like 4:30 in the morning over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Diana's waking up early because she has to go into the dialysis center, so she needs a couple hours to get ready and get over there.
Oh yeah, the Eastern people for you guys. That's people on the East Coast. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Nevada when you talk about Eastern people.
Oh, no.
It's 1:30 here on the West Coast.
Ah, right.
So I'll still go to bed at a decent time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 6. I'm 6 hours ahead of the East Coast people. I happen to know. So it's about 2 a.m. between 2 or 3 a.m. Can't speak. Ooh, ow. Oh, that was painful.
Maybe, just maybe, the people from the Easterns are waking up to get some hopswatch honky honky. Do the noise. Do the noise.
I don't know. How's that?
Award winning. This was worth it. I didn't
Christmas for school.
Absolutely.
What's that again?
I didn't get anything accomplished I was going to, but this was worth it.
What were you supposed to accomplish on a holiday?
Well, I've been working on a vest, and all I have to do is put buttons on it, and I just haven't got around to doing it.
So,
were you struggling with the edges?
No, I'm actually an edging champion.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an idea. Why don't you just put it on your head and use it as a southwest?
I just ordered food. I hope I stay awake long enough to eat it.
Oh, cool. What have you ordered?
I ordered pancakes,
Oh.
steak tips, and over medium eggs.
You can order that at 4:00 in the morning in Florida?
IHOP.
Wow. They don't. California is closed. Like we have
24-hour, 24/7 IHOP.
I want eggs now.
Me too.
So
this
you
is
know, well, it's the weekend, right? So everyone's coming out of the bar. Everyone's drunk as shit. I'm drunk as shit. If you haven't realized from my amazing demeanor.
COVID has changed all hours of everything of where I live. So all businesses close by 9 or 10 o'clock. Even places like Denny's or IHOP that traditionally would stay open 24 hours a day.
Florida doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't.
Haven't you seen my Don't Fauci my Florida shirts?
Oh wow.
I fucking hate them.
We are in full COVID swing here. Like COVID is real in California. We have not
East
not
Coast,
gone back
West
to
Coast. East Coast,
Well,
East Coast.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that I live in a red pocket of a blue state. And coincidentally, guess which county in Minnesota has the highest rate of COVID?
Your one, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's
Yep,
awful.
the one that has a Republican representative.
Do you know my neighbor? She brags about how she got COVID twice, and I'm like, you are insane, and stay over there.
So here's the thing. My parents got it like 3 times, and they both have Pfizer and Moderna. Like, they're both vaccinated with Pfizer and Moderna. I'm vaccinated with Johnson & Johnson. I got it once before the vaccines even existed, and I never got it since. So
I live in
all
a
y'all
weirdly-
hating on Johnson & Johnson, it has saved me from my parents' COVID twice.
I live in a highly religious area, so a lot of people are not getting vaccinated at all.
Yeah,
I feel like any vaccination is good vaccination, no matter what you get.
Yeah. See, we don't the Johnson and Johnson's one. We don't have that in the UK. We've got Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca are the 3 that are approved here.
Purple, you've had roommates before, because I would do the exact same thing that you just put in the chat right now. I actually had a roommate from Ghana, and I discovered that I didn't like African food.
African food is dope.
Well, it depends on like I like Egyptian food, Moroccan, it depends on where, it depends on where. He
You should
was
try Somali.
Oh,
I
and
think
Ethiopian.
that Seraphim needs passive-aggressive ways to get back at her roommate.
I would have done that. My roommate weirdly loved spoiled food, but I think it's because he grew up in the outskirts of Ghana.
Well, her roommate is just a prick at every occasion, so I think that I think that Sarah needs ways to get back at her that can't really, be traced.
One thing that
really know she's responsible.
One thing that I want to try in the new year, and I actually had plans to try it this year, but of course I didn't get to do it. But I want to try the Swedish surströmming. That's a fermented herring.
No.
Sour fermented herring, and tradition dictates, for good reason, by the way, that you open it outside, never inside, because it just stinks.
So that's like
horribly.
That's like kimchi, then.
What's that again?
Is it like kimchi?
I don't know what kimchi is.
It's like a half-hatched egg that is buried underground, and they don't eat it until it completely turns blue.
Yeah, kimchi is a form of Korean coleslaw that they put it in a clay pot and bury it in the ground for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. They eat that a lot in North Korea, don't they?
We had someone who worked for my parents that she would do that, and my dad would eat that stuff. And I could smell him like seriously coming down the hallway. It's bad because we have an office with a long hallway.
Yeah,
Kimchi, it gets in your pores.
The thing is, you when you open the can of a surströmming, it just apparently hits you. I mean, it's a genre of videos on YouTube, probably also TikTok, where you just see some people opening a can of surströmming and admire how people run away, almost vomiting from the
Andre
smell.
says, Will, that you were thinking of century egg.
But then, apparently it tastes fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the taste as such. All we have in Denmark is curry herring. That just looks gross.
Well, it was a requirement for my Yule thing that I have to have the pickled herring and wine sauce.
I love pickled herring.
As someone I've been around the world and I still get grossed out by. I have a very bland American palate. I apologize.
Yeah, Sloth Girl still cringes when I get the pickled herring, and it is one of the few things I associate with my father that is at all positive. So,
You know what though? I like spam, so I'm no one to judge anyone.
Lovely spam.
Oh, well,
Wonderful
see, you've got to
spam.
come and visit, and we can go to the Spam Museum.
Oh, I'm so down.
I'm not kidding. In Hormel, Minnesota, there is a Spam Museum.
Oh, I'm
I
down.
want this in my life.
That's
Would
some
you have
good
a
memories.
spam musubi?
What's that, Junie?
No, I was like, if that's the case, would you have a spam musubi, which is like
Yeah.
spam sushi?
Oh yeah, I love sushi too. So totally. I still eat sardines. So like I said, I'm no one to judge. When I was a kid, I used to eat spam and sardine and crackers with my pops because he was gross and I didn't know any better.
Oh, well. Just did the racism.
So I love sardines, I love anchovies, but I also love black licorice. You're not gross until you like black licorice.
You know,
black licorice is dope. Oh yeah, you should come to Denmark. Everyone eats black licorice around here.
Aunt says you should try ballot egg.
Ballot egg.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
Oh, balut.
Oh, a
yeah.
balut. Oh, I know what a balut is. I think that's what I was talking about.
Fertilized chicken egg. Fertilized chicken egg.
That might have
Right?
been what I was talking about. Because actually, no, but Song was from Korea, though. So it probably was kimchi and a balut. I don't even know anymore. But I've tried all
herring roll mops. No, I've never heard the term roll mops.
I think that's German. To be more specific, but we know about roll mops in Denmark as well. But that's a mildly sour herring. I mean, everyone could eat that.
Yeah,
that's easy for me to say.
My fiance used to love to snack on the sardines and oil.
When I
could snack on that too. Hey, perhaps are there anyone waiting to get in? It's just that I want to prepare breakfast now, and I like to have the stream running in the background and jump in whenever I like. But I only want to do that if there's actually no one waiting.
Oh no, we've still got a couple of empty slots. I can have up to 10. We've only got 7 people here.
Okay. But just for now, I'll mute myself and fix some breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, here's an interesting trivia. You know why sardines are packed so tightly in the can? Because the fish are actually significantly cheaper than the olive oil they traditionally packed them in. So they were packed to use as little oil as possible.
I still get anchovies and sardines on my pizza. I'm gross.
Yeah, I could never take anchovies on pizza because they were the one thing that actually seemed too salty for that.
I maintain you have to find a pizza place that knows how to put anchovies on pizza properly. Most pizza places will dry out the anchovies because they'll cook them too long.
Yeah.
But if you find the right pizza place,
Sarah.
there's one right down the street from me. It's so good.
There's a place by my house that we call it's expensive, but it's worth it. But they do like a 50-50 pizza, half and half. My son is obsessed with cheese pizza. I get sardines. They do it perfectly. Absolute, just a perfection. So you're right. You have to find someone who knows what they're doing.
Bellet is a duck egg incubated for 16 to 21 days.
She used to do that at the ranch too, all the time.
There we go. Hi, kids.
Hey, Diana.
Oh yeah.
Moo.
Hey, Diana.
Hi. Getting ready. Just
Okay, you actually have a little time for us?
little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here in about half an hour. Yes, honey. Wait a minute. There's something. Oh, I'm getting a. Hang on. There we go. I had the other YouTube going. That's why I was getting an echo.
Oh, Mark Caesar's trying to start fights. He used the words pineapple and pizza in the same sentence.
Oh dear.
Moo.
No,
You're lucky
it's
Claire's.
not.
You're
It's
lucky
not
Claire's
something to
gone
fight
because
about. I keep saying we have to have compassion for people who like pineapple on pizza until we've perfected the technique to remove the malfunctioning brain chips.
I
huge here.
I just view it that people want to have pineapple on their pizza. They're perverts, but who am I to kink shame?
True.
Yeah,
True.
there you go, honey. There you go.
It's huge in the Hispanic community as well. I don't like it, but I don't like platanos. I don't like a lot of things, so I'm not necessarily a foodie in that sense.
So, how long you going this morning? I forgot.
Well, actually, in another 10 minutes, we'll have met the mark that will be past
Okay.
Christmas Day around the world.
And then you guys can get some much needed sleep.
Yep.
That'll be a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, then I get 1 day to sleep, and then on Monday I have to drive Sloth Girl's son home again.
Oh, fun.
How far away does he live?
It's an hour and a half drive each way.
It's not too bad, but it's bad enough.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
scheisse.
and it's not a horrible drive because I can skip the interstate, and I can take a state highway both ways, and it's like, according to Google Maps, it's supposed to be slower that way, but I haven't found that to be true.
Google
That even
Maps.
though I've got to slow down for a couple of small towns, it's a more direct route.
But Google Maps doesn't know about traffic either. Does that play in?
Well, I think that Google Maps also does not have the speed limit for sections of it correct.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think that Google Maps still lists sections of it as only being 50 miles an hour, whereas it's been increased to 65.
Uh-huh.
Seraphim Hyde, I'm kind of a picky eater. Kind of. I smoke a lot of pot, so I'll eat almost anything, but I'm kind of a picky eater. When I was younger, I wasn't allowed to be as my parents were hardcore.
Well, my sister was horribly picky. I would eat anything. I still do.
My mom, she'd tell you, she's like, I'm old, I'll sit here, I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I learned young. I learned at a very young age.
Wait a minute. Cut a bitch. I don't know that's phrase.
So where I'm from, I would cut a bitch.
What, you mean with a knife?
Yeah, it's a saying. Like I would.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah,
now.
it's just like, I'd want it bad enough to stab somebody.
Okay, I get it now.
I've become quite of a Ninja Turtle with COVID. I get pizza like once a week. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, I'm fighting to stay awake. I was really drunk, and then I took some sleeping medications, so I'm like fighting.
Good for you.
Oh,
dumb shit.
Well, yeah. Why did you take the sleep medication and now fighting it? I mean, if you're gonna take that stuff, you
because I
should
was
lay down.
hungry, and I didn't realize I was hungry until it was too late. So now I'm waiting for food. Can I brag about what I got? I got the new Winter Wonderland pancake short stack. I got French fries. And I got sirloin steak tips and eggs. So fucking happy.
You're torturing me right now.
Okay. IHOP
eggs or eggs.
IHOP is International House of Pancakes. So if they're supposed to be international, how come they don't serve a traditional English breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, they have Canadian bacon, so that's somewhat international.
We have weird calorie laws here in California, so an English breakfast is almost illegal. I'm kidding.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure full English breakfast is illegal in every other country in the world.
Question: with beans on toast, can it be barbecue baked beans, or does it have to just be regular baked beans?
I don't see why you can't have barbecue baked beans, but
I feel like I would enjoy it a lot more if it was barbecue baked beans and garlic bread.
Right? Do they have Danish?
Yes.
They do have Danish. Okay, how about Danish bacon?
No. We have Canadian bacon, which is just fancy ham.
Right. Well, so is Danish bacon. Potato.
You know, it's Americans, we always ask that stupid question of what do they call Canadian bacon in Canada?
So, what
bacon?
Do they call it?
Bacon.
Yeah, well, that's it's a funny thing about Danish. What we call that in Denmark, we call it wienerbrød, which is bread from Vienna.
Well, I mean, over here we have American cheese, but we still call it American cheese, right? We don't just call it cheese.
Yeah, I call it American cheese still.
Interesting.
We're indoctrinated, though.
Well, it's
In
that American
America,
exceptionalism.
Yeah.
in America, we have the soft drink brand of Canada Dry Ginger Ale.
Mm-hmm.
Canada Dry is bomb too. I love Canada.
Yep.
Do you know? I
And
remember
in Canada, they have a brand called American Dry instead.
Wait, really?
That's Canada Dry is very much an international brand, though. So
in America, we are very much indoctrinated. So it's funny that we American cheese, French fries.
No, they're freedom fries, you little.
Well, after 9/11, when we hated the French again, we forgot they helped us form this country. And you can't hate the French when in every town, I guarantee you have a Lafayette in your state. Lafayette Street, Lafayette University, something that's Lafayette. Good old American.
The Americans bake with their tank tops and their disgusting attitudes. The Americans. I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
Yeah,
I'm
most
really
of the
dumb.
Midwest. Most of the Midwest was named by French explorers. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mark Short says the best. The grass is always greener on the other side.
What is it you said? What is it you said, Purple? Is it French explorers mispronouncing
I think
appropriated Indian names?
Yeah, most of the names in the upper Midwest, I think, are the result of an English map maker trying to write down a French explorer mispronouncing a Native American name.
That's so true.
But yeah, because I mean, obviously, a large part of the United States used to be a French. What's now the United States was a French colony, wasn't it?
Or Mexico.
Well, yeah, that's what the Louisiana Purchase was all about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm living around a lot of French names. I mean, here in Pittsburgh, the French had a big presence in this area of Pennsylvania.
This, where I live, was part of Mexico.
Okay, yeah.
Because everything here, all the way up to San Francisco, has a Spanish name.
Well, let's see. Is it current California used to be Alta California?
Oh yeah, there still is. There's Palo Alto. There's Alto. Yeah. There's all different.
Well, yeah, the southern third of California used to be Mexico.
If it doesn't have a San or a Santa in front of it, it's not Southern California. But then you go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, as far as the French names, it's like you can see how messed up it is. The best example is Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They spell it with 3 vowels in a row and then pronounce one that isn't there.
That's the whole thing about French. Yeah, I mean, look at the letters that are there and then pronounce every other one.
Look at in Oregon, Lewis and Clark just walked around naming stuff, and we now call it the Columbia River. We now,
Yep.
They literally were like, this is this, this is this. They were handing medallions to the Native Americans saying, oh, you're Americans now. You're Americans now.
It's great how they didn't ask the residents, what do you call this?
No, they literally went around naming things.
Oh, man. All right, Stoll. You having your cake? Looks good. Looks good. Dan, you're tucking right into that. Look at that.
I'm going to invade.
So you had to wait till Christmas Day was over to get into it, huh?
Hey, you guys want to hear how much of a buffoon I am?
Okay.
Just a sec. Oh, fuck.
I'm game.
Say something.
Something.
Thank you. Just the connection is bad. Okay. When I first saw the science fiction film Event Horizon, so the spaceship that they're using there is called Lewis and Clark, and I thought they had misspelled Lewis, or for some other reason. So I thought it was supposed to be Lois, Lois, and Clark. So they were somehow alluding to Superman.
Well, there was
I had no idea that Lewis and Clark were actually famous American explorers.
Yeah, they were commissioned to find the coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And then
they went across the United States, or how?
Yeah, they went from what is present-day Missouri to
Oregon, the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, there were like 5 different explorer teams that were sent out to map the Louisiana Purchase. And I think that Lewis and Clark are only famous because I think they're the only one that they made it back alive.
Well, they also they had Sacagawea. They
Guys, I got to jump off. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay,
Later,
we'll
Jeff.
catch you later.
They went through what was considered Blackfoot Indian territory and lived, which was rare because they had Sacagawea. Like they had one hell of a story. But yeah, it's Manifest Destiny, and they brought death and petulance with them. So.
Oh man, that looks good, Hops. God, that looks good.
Good old Meriwether Clark.
Okay, and it is past midnight in Hawaii.
All right, getting there.
Oh, it's 2:02, and I know it's late because I'm looking up Lewis and Clark.
One more time zone to go, or 2?
Oh no! Is it officially tomorrow?
I'm not sure here now. if we're finally through the last one, or if we got one more here.
Time in American Samoa.
Yeah, no, I guess we do have one more yet.
Yeah, it's 2303 in American Samoa.
I've got to give a little bit of kudos here to Hopswatch because he can't hear me. This is the most posh and polite breakfast ever.
Excuse me, the most posh and what ever?
Oh, you can hear me now. It's the most posh breakfast ever.
No, it's not. But I take it as a compliment anyway.
No, I mean your presenting style. It's very polite. You are.
Oh.
I'm waiting for the Queen to appear behind you.
Oh. Well, she's not invited. Which Queen anyway? Ours or yours?
There is only one.
Works for me. They'll make Denmark a republic. I'm all in for that.
I need to. Purple, can you make Hopswatch big, please?
Oh goodness.
Hops, what is on the right hand side of your plate?
I mean, right for you or right for me?
For me.
Yeah, that's a fried egg.
That's the egg. So on the other side is
2 sausages, and in the middle a piece of rye bread with butter. I need a fork.
We all do.
Stool, are you trying to colonize hopscotch?
I'm trying to, yeah. When he's not looking,
I could
I'm going to
not hear
colonize
that.
him.
Should I be happy?
Oh, hops.
Right.
Purple, can you make him big briefly again, please?
Oh, jeez.
I'm seeing something not good here.
What, Stool?
Is there not a cup of tea?
Mm. Now that you mention it, you're right. There's not a cup of tea. It's just so difficult to release myself off all this equipment every time I have to go get something. I do need my cup of tea. I hope that this is interesting because I only drink tea when I'm sick. Otherwise I always drink coffee, lots of coffee, but I completely lose my cravings for coffee when I'm sick.
How about a cup of warm light brown liquid that is almost but not quite entirely unlike tea?
No.
I live off of coffee. I have a cup of coffee right here, right now. It's my blood type.
Right. Is Genesis sleeping?
No, I'm waiting for my food.
Okay. It's just that I haven't heard of you for a time, and I knew that you were on.
No, I'm just
and you were
really
drunk.
hungry. I'm really hungry.
Yeah, well,
and
you
I just
poor
want my
thing.
food.
You sound more sick than I did when I was at my.
I'm not sick. I was really drunk and I took a sleeping pill, and so I'm fighting the like mega sleepy.
I know that you are not sick, but you.
With Jen's,
I
with
might
Jen's
actually. So to be honest, I might leave this because honestly, I wasn't even planning on being on a live stream.
There you go. But with your luck, the food's going to get there, and then you're going to get it. You're going to set it in front of you and fall asleep right in your face in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to set like an alarm or something so I don't miss my food.
There you go.
So funny that, Diana. I've actually seen someone do that into a plate of steaming hot chili fries.
Ow!
Oh yeah, and then
I ordered fries. I'm so excited. I got fries coming.
And then she dipped her face in the fries, and then she popped back up and continued the conversation that she was doing before she was nodding out. Good times. Long time ago.
Should I put hot sauce on my fries? Should I be a mad lad? I have like ghost pepper hot sauce.
Oh man, color and rock.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Mark Short. I'm a bacon kind of person. That's why I couldn't be a Muslim or a Jew. I'm in love with bacon.
Oh, bacon's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go because I'm getting really hungry and also I'm really tired.
Okay.
I love you guys.
Have a great
I
morning.
was so gay tonight with the guy I was dating, and it felt so nice. So I'm in a good mood,
I'm happy
even
for
though I
you.
left my wallet. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, honey.
Okay.
You know, Purple, you weren't lying about, eventually catching somebody having breakfast on the other side.
Actually,
I'm gonna call pretty soon.
yeah, it had gotten to be a common thing for me years ago that I wound up that I was talking to people in England who were getting ready for work before I'd gone to bed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well, when we used to run those, 8-hour programs, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
just that, my sleep schedule was so random that there were many times that I was up until sunrise. So,
yeah.
By that time it was even like going on tea time for the Brits.
I have blackouts in my room for that very reason.
I need to do a thing here. Caesar, you're bad.
Oh, what?
Oh,
You doing?
Mark Caesar wanted me to finish that story. Yes, when she was covered in it, and then she was talking to me, not realizing that her face was covered in chili cheese sauce.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, as far as blackouts in the bedroom, my bedroom window is covered by 2 layers of very dark green flannel,
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have.
and yeah, it's actually sealed around the top and bottom,
Oh, yeah.
with strips of wood clamped to the windowsill, just so the fabric can't blow if there's any air current and let any extra light in.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I like it so dark that I don't know what time of day it is in my room.
Exactly. That my bedroom,
Oh.
at the peak of the sun hitting that window, my bedroom looks like twilight.
Yeah,
There it
exactly.
is. There it is.
I have my parent hearing, so I wake up if I hear any knock or anything, but I need darkness.
Well, see, that's part of my problem is I sleep on alert. That I'm aware of any movement. If anything more than 50 pounds moves in the room, I wake up instantly. And I learned that this was my limit when we had a chow, because when she was small, I knew I screened out the cats, they didn't wake me up. And when the dog was small, wasn't a problem. When she got up to 60 pounds, she woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'm always on the alert for anything
There
that's
it
big
goes.
enough to be a threat moving in the room.
Oh, absolutely. I've watched too many horror films in my life.
I grew up with too many brothers.
Do you know I like on nights like tonight I'm by myself. I still do that horror movie thing where I freak myself out, and I'm old. But Isaiah's with his mom, and I'm truly by myself.
Yeah, and that's part of it that, I have to keep like something running, audiobooks or a playlist or something, because if I don't have familiar voices going, the slightest noise, I will wake up and I can't fall asleep until I can identify the source of the noise.
Okay, then.
I have a variety of things I listen to. Like I fall asleep to Starship Noises or Penelope Keith.
Penelope Keith.
What is that?
She's an actress from the UK. She was in a million different shows.
Okay.
Yeah, she was part of the BBC staple in the 70s for a bunch of sitcoms.
If you Google her, you'll be shocked because I watch a ton of her shows. But I also I'm into true crime, and I watch a lot of the old BBC true crime shows where they act it out. I fall asleep to that because it's more dialogue and less action. If you watch the shows from the 70s, 80s in America, it was screeching tires, people are shooting guns. But in the UK, people, in the BBC, they're talking out their problems. So I passed out to old BBC programming.
Wait a minute. She didn't play. What the heck is that? She didn't play Hyacinth Bouquet, did she?
No, that wasn't her.
She was in a just massive amount of sitcoms.
Well, in Good Neighbors, she played the next door neighbor, Margot.
Yeah. No, it was not called Good Neighbors. That's stupid.
Well, it was called Good Neighbors in the U.S., and we're talking to an American, so that's what she'd know it by.
Will,
yeah.
Will, I need to do something special for you. This is, don't worry, Hans. No,
Yeah.
this is not BBC, but are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. I need to get my thingy. Do 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 do.
Kitty. He's a good kitty over here.
We're gonna take Ebony and Ivory all the way into 2022, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so racist. No, get over this, okay? It's not the 80s anymore, Will. We love each other. Don't do this to me.
When that brings it up.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of John
That
Thaw.
wasn't Ebony and Ivory. What is wrong with your ears?
I'm tired myself.
It was Crown Court.
Oh, I love Crown Court. Now I have the song going, running through my head. I fall asleep to Crown Court too. Crown Court's awesome.
Stay awake, Clarion. Stay awake.
Do you
You
know
sound like me.
that's one thing, because I didn't grow up watching BBC programming. I fall in love with a lot of the old shows.
Yeah. I actually do that kind of thing quite a lot. I'm just usually quick enough to hit my mute button before it starts.
Oh, okay, okay.
And again,
I
the
don't
less
remember
sleep
you.
I get, the more I tick.
I don't remember you doing it that much when a couple times you were over here, but I don't know, maybe you were watching yourself.
But
Yeah.
not sleeping. It has a very, very big adverse effect on the body in general.
Yep, it's true. It's true.
Well, like I
I'm not-
say, that the effect I really notice is that when I don't sleep, I start losing all my filters.
Uh-huh.
When I
So
was
things I could normally control or things that I normally would know not to say out loud, yeah, that's out the window.
I did a lot of hallucinogens as a kid, as a teenager. So if I stay up for more than 48 hours, I start seeing real life shadow people. So I try to get proper sleep every night.
Yeah, I do start to get very jumpy about movements in my peripheral vision.
That's why. Oh, sorry.
I'm half asleep right now, but once I get to dialysis, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep in that chair. When I really have 4 hours where I can just, nope, it's not going to happen. Damn it.
Do you ever reach a point where, like me, it's if I get comfortable and relax my spine, I can almost fall asleep anywhere,
I've never been able to fall asleep in a chair easily. I've done it, but I can't do it easily. And now, as I'm getting older and my spine is telling me that I'm full of shit, it's the more I sit, the worse it gets as far as the pain goes. I really need to see somebody, and I'm not looking forward to the co-payments for that, because that's not going to get covered by Pennsylvania's insurance.
Do you think the shops will be open today?
I don't know, honey.
I'm hoping
here
they
in
are
America
here.
they're open, but I don't know about.
Do they observe Boxing Day?
I don't know.
I know here in America, all our stores are going to be open because, capitalism and gift cards.
Yeah.
Well, and in America, if you say Boxing Day, they're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to that. My uncle thinks that I still need a gift, and he gave me a bunch of gift cards. I was like, thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Oh shit.
This is my. I'm very aware that Clarion has to do her thing today, and that sucks massively. So I'm not making light of any of this. But I've got this new thing that I now do because I'm super popular. I mute myself and turn my cam off, and I go outside to see if there are shops open, and then I come back to tell you if they are. It's my new thing.
Started it just this morning.
Yeah, it's a very new thing. It's
You're
fresh.
a sick man, Stool. We love you.
I'm very sick. Yeah, but here is the thing, because when I return in approximately 11 minutes time, if you're all good, hopscotch, that looks so yummy. It really does.
You've got your cake there, Stool.
I think I'm going to try a new segment for finishing off my shows. Then I'll mute myself and I'll hang up my headset and see how long it takes for everybody to realize I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. That's not a thing I would ever do. But just for the record, Hopswatch, I've never said this before, but I do want to taste your sausage. I really do. It looks so
You're
yummy.
a sick man, Stool.
I don't know if the shops are open. Right, I'm going to have to do
Well,
this.
go look.
I'm
really
on Amazon, so it took me a minute to process the fact that you said you wanted to eat someone's sausage. Sorry, it took me a second because I'm shopping right now. It took me a second. I'm so cutting that. I'm downloading this one too.
I was being edgy, Will.
Mark Short, one of my foster brothers, insisted that he didn't snore. So we recorded it and played it back, and he couldn't sleep through it.
Okay, then. I have awakened myself with snoring. I've done it. Yeah.
So I have I kick and swim and roll in my sleep.
Oh God, that
And
sounds familiar.
my ex-girlfriend, who was from Norway, she used to always tell me, like, you're insane when you sleep, you're crazy, because I'd wake up and there'd be a wall of pillows on the bed. And she recorded me one night, and it was embarrassing because I chomp and lick, and I have very intense dreams, and I act them out.
Has to be all those hallucinogens you had as a kid, man.
It's the craziest thing.
Oh man.
Right, I can't leave the stream unattended unless I've got a potato.
Yeah, huh? There you go.
And Meth Pig is back.
Hey,
Oh,
Robbie.
Math Pig has massive potatoes.
I'm literally shopping for back patches on Amazon at 2:00 in the morning.
There you go.
How long are you gonna go, Perp?
Oh, I thought I was going to have it wrapped up by now, but I guess we got to go another half hour here.
Decent. Why not?
This will continue until one person is left.
Well,
And
I
then you can
appreciate
say-
you sticking around, all of you, to keep me awake here, because, yeah, if I didn't have
Well-
other people talking, I probably would have nodded off by now.
I'm out of here in about 10 minutes. So, and
Yeah,
in about a half hour, Purple can just say, fuck you, world, I'm going to bed. And then, unfortunately, you won't fall asleep, right?
Probably not.
Purple, you think you and I share the same time zone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just north of you. Slightly to the west, but not very far.
Tayo Korosto. Oh, scheiße.
It's happened again.
Amazon is addicting. I
What
have
did
to
you do
stay away
this
from
time?
Amazon.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
in the vein of what we call different foods and all that, I'll get back to it. Just say what you want to post.
I was just wondering, Will, have you seen those memes where basically you get a collection of random items and it was captioned like, what happens with a bottle of cheap port, a credit card, and Amazon at 3 a.m.?
Oh,
No,
jeez.
that is so me. Like on Wednesday, I'm gonna be like, did I really order all this crap? I have a bunch of stuff coming to me on Wednesday.
You ever have a package show up and you've got no idea what it is because you don't remember ordering anything?
I have not done that one, but I've ordered some pretty weird shit when I was drunk.
See, I haven't had a drink in years, so I can sniff it out if I ordered it and I was really high and didn't realize what I was doing, you know.
I once ordered a Boxcar Willie album from K-Tel when I was smashed out of my mind. You remember K-Tel?
Yes.
I'm trying not to buy jelly rolls for a quilt because I probably can get a better deal around town.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 days.
For the
Wow.
rest of the week.
That's great.
You know, I do at times, miss chasing after little ones.
My kid's becoming a teenager. I really miss him when he was younger and he used to listen to me. Now he gets an attitude.
By the way, did you hear that Desmond Tutu passed away?
Yeah, I
Really?
saw that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this. Oh, that's not good.
No, he was very old. He was 90. So not exactly a what do you call that?
Spring chicken.
Spring chicken, right, exactly. Also,
Really?
yeah, what I wanted to say.
You humans dropping off while you're not even in the triple digits.
Right. In the vein of what do people from different countries call food, there's the character of the Swedish chef in Muppet Show. Now there's some interesting with disparities in what he's called across the world, or actually there isn't. He's called the Swedish chef practically everywhere. He's also called the Swedish chef in Denmark, for example. Do you know what he's called in Germany?
Is it the same as what he's called in Sweden?
Something to do with Scheisse?
Nothing to do with Scheisse, no. Well, that depends. You could say, but that would be in a
Well, I know in Sweden he's referred to as the Norwegian chef.
He is not. He is referred to as the, wait for it, the Swedish chef.
That's unconventional.
Okay.
The Swedish chef in Sweden is the Swedish chef.
Would you just call him chef?
I wonder what the source was that I read that from.
Wikipedia. Anyway, I mean, if you have evidence to the contrary, I would very much like to see it. Perhaps I would very much. However,
I'm sure it was just an article I read online of questionable sources. So,
do you know what he's called in Germany? That's the funny thing.
No clue.
He's called the Danish Chef.
Okay.
So I just think that's funny that the Swedes call him the Swedish chef and the Germans call him the Danish chef. But I mean, Germany is a country where you practically never hear a different language from German. So they know about this one country close by where they can't understand shit of what people are saying. So they would associate someone like the Swedish chef with that, wouldn't they? I mean, that's eerie. If you, I was studying in Germany back in 2000 for half a year, and my experience with the German students was, I was seriously shocked at how little English they knew. So, I mean, I was living in a dorm with people who were studying advanced molecular biology, stuff like that. It was in Marburg, and they have this very fine medical university. And there was this girl, and she wasn't able to read an English text. She knew bits and pieces, but very, very little. It was shocking. And
do you know, I find that funny because I had a friend that was from Hamburg, and he showed up to America, and he could speak perfect English.
Okay.
He couldn't decipher between our slang, but he eventually learned.
Right. Okay. I mean, there are differences, of course, but I was shocked that people who were doing advanced educations like that weren't able to properly read an English text. And there was a commercial running. Another thing was the Germans, I wouldn't say lack of humor, because they do have a sense of humor, but it's very dry, and has to be arranged, so to say. You have to know that now we're telling a joke, and spontaneous humor is something that will often go over their heads. There was a commercial, an ad running about a burger from McDonald's, which was extra big. This was spelled out in German, of course, extra groß, and it was spelled out in capital letters. So I don't know if you know much about the German language, but the word groß, which is big, is spelled with the SZ letter at the end. And if you spell that out in capital letters, it transforms into two S's.
Mm-hmm.
And this,
yeah, I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going, yeah. So this it was an ad for a burger that was extra groß or extra gross if you read it in English, and I found that absolutely hilarious. But none of my German, specifically German, fellows at the dorm understood why that was funny. The Spanish guy understood why it was funny.
It's funny, but it's funny, but in a bad way, and I feel kind of bad for getting the joke. The people inside chat have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Better be a car.
I get it.
So it was extra gross, the burger, if you read it out in English. So I found that funny. And this girl who was studying molecular biology.
To be clear about this, Hopswatch. To be clear about this, was it extra gross with two S's at the end?
Yes, it was with two S's as at the end because it was spelled out in capital letters.
Okay, how did this come into somebody with molecular biology?
I was shocked that someone who was studying molecular biology wouldn't be aware of an ambiguity like that. And also, when I told her the joke, can't you see it says extra gross, and she said, "Oh, I thought that." It's difficult. This is difficult to explain in English, but I can do it in German. Ich dachte, groß bedeutet Wachstum. Did you get that?
Was bedeutet das?
Yeah. Well, she weren't able to tell the difference between the words growth and gross. So I told her it says extra gross in English. She thought that would mean extra growth, which doesn't really make any sense. But it makes sense if you're able to tell the difference between the S sound and the th sound. But too many Germans aren't. I mean, there's the classic joke of a radio operator receiving a distress signal going, "Mayday, Mayday, we are sinking, we are sinking." And the German radio operator answers, "What are you thinking about?"
Ouch.
And I mean, it is like that. I mean, I was absolutely shocked. I thought that was just a stupid joke, but to an extent, they were like that. I want to say still, this was in 2000, so it is actually more than 20 years ago now. I was shocked. Seriously.
You make me feel old when you
find me a car.
What's that again?
This I have an Uber app, and it had better find me a car.
I'm also feeling very old, so don't worry, Clarion. It's okay. Now, I'm going to do a quick thingamajig. Hopefully, you'll all be still here when I return. Hopswatch, this is the best breakfast I have ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Dude, you are the only fucking gentleman ever who can fucking eat a breakfast on stream and make it look polite.
All right, I need a quick
Okay, so
intervention.
is Hopswatch eating breakfast a piece of performance art?
I think it is, yeah. And I'm gonna give him 9. I'm gonna give 9.
Man.
Thank you,
So-
thank you. It wasn't
Oh,
intended as such, though. But I will still say it was the most enjoyable breakfast I've had
I would
for
give
many
you
days.
10. I would have given you a 10, Hops, were it not for the fact there's no cup of tea.
Oh my goodness, I forgot that one over there.
All right,
Now
so
it's cold.
I need a quick intervention. Tell me that I do not need a Joe Exotic patch. That could be here as fast as tomorrow.
No one needs anything to do with Joe Exotic.
You're right. I should keep going. It's only $7.99.
Will, I have a solution for you. Get off of Amazon. Go to the PayPal link in the description of any of my chats. This is a much better place to dump any money you don't want.
I'm obsessed with
Really
Amazon.
yeah.
I have a real life Amazon addiction.
Oh, it's a real thing.
I've got to do this. I'm really bad. I can't do the go away thing because I'm a penis. I've got to go to see if the shops are open. I have no idea if they are or not. I don't understand Boxing Day. But when I return, if you've all behaved,
Come on,
nice
give me a car.
cup, Hops, nice cup. If you've all behaved, I'll show you something brown and wrinkly.
Hey, I told you to hide that picture.
That's fine.
Come on, give me a car. Give me a car.
Oh, some of these patches are just ridiculous. I need to start making them and selling them.
Okay, Mark Short only gives you one for your breakfast because of lack of bacon.
Absolutely. Oh, I can get a honey badger patch that says fuck around and find out. I am in the wrong business. I'm going to start selling patches on Amazon for overpriced patches on Amazon.
Why not? Yep. Some of these some of these things you find on Amazon, you can find on AliExpress for like a fraction of the cost.
Well, a lot of the time I'll look at a design, I like it, and then I'll just make it on my embroidery machine. Because I have two, because I'm bougie. And because I had a fan send me this one. It's been an interesting year.
This is your nemesis, Diana Clarion. I'm trying my best to get in.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start launching the merch for my channel with my satisfaction free guarantee. If you actually receive anything you ordered, I will refund your money. Yeah, I'm kind of with Geo, Sam. Maybe we need to wrap this up before School comes back with whatever's brown and wrinkly.
Oh, thank you, Robert X. Oh. Yeah, we should wrap it up. It's getting late, and I'm gonna go raid my refrigerator.
Now, at this point, we just got to go the last 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna go for a whole nother hour after this, like 6 o'clock.
What a terrible patch. It says, don't California my Texas. Terrible patch.
Now, if we just go another 20 minutes, it'll be up to the international dateline.
Gotcha.
After that, we'll start going on the 27th in New Zealand. Something like that. I don't know. My brain is foggy and confused, but the time converter says that that we will finally reach midnight in Pago Pago, Samoa.
Is that the official last time zone on Earth?
Yeah, the international date line goes right through the island of Samoa, so American Samoa and the rest of Samoa are two separate time zones.
Because I was reading something, but it was a bit contentious, so I didn't know. They were like, "Oh, this place or this island." So it is American
Yeah,
Samoa.
because the international date line doesn't go straight. It takes some really weird jogs right there just above New Zealand.
Well, it's because the Earth is round, so they gotta. I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm not going to end it on a flat earther
yeah,
note. I
no.
apologize.
It's obviously something that was done for some political reasons about which country owns which islands.
True. Very true. But it's the same thing in the Caribbean. I knew people that were from the Virgin Islands, and I knew people that were from the British Virgin Islands. And I knew somebody that was from the American Virgin Islands, and they literally got on a plane and just flew here. But if you're from an island that they could see and you're in its British Virgin Islands, they have to have a passport to come over here. Same with Puerto Rico as well. They could just come right into America.
And Doc's actually been called to do some work. What's everybody doing for Boxing Day? Sleeping.
Yep, definitely sleeping.
I'm going to go cruise some thrift stores, see if they have any sewing machines.
So, is there actually anyone going boxing on Boxing Day?
That was my original question.
Hmm?
Don't you get to fight? Do you get to fight people on Boxing Day? I would show up. I would show up for that holiday.
I never understood that holiday because I mean, the 26th is is an official holiday here in Denmark as well. It's just called second day of Christmas. So we've got the first day of Christmas, that's 25th, and the second day of Christmas, I can't speak. That's the 26th. And that's about it. I know in Sweden they have the 27th as the third day of Christmas because they're weird like that. But it's not. It doesn't have its own name as such.
So you get second Christmas like hobbits get second breakfast? That's awesome.
Not really. No, not really. No. It's just because it's right after. I mean, and Christmas Eve is extremely important for us in Denmark. That's the actual celebration. That's on Christmas Eve, and that's when kids get presents and all that. We don't wait until the 25th with that. That's all happening on the 24th in the evening.
Same with
Boxing
my family
Day
as well.
sounds better than Pugilist Day.
What again? What would that even mean?
Pugilists are boxers.
I overstand. I have to get my tea.
I love peeing outside. Who would wear that patch? Some of these patches are beyond ridiculous, but they're funny.
Yep.
Do not pet. I should get that patch.
Wait.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad you came back. I would not have blamed you if you went to sleep. Yeah, actually, Nerdy, it does happen that if I can lay horizontal in a dark, quiet room for about 5 hours, I can get up to 2 hours sleep.
Dang, only 2 out of those 5 hours?
Yeah, generally, if I get up to 50%, I'm doing well.
Oh,
Because
again,
generally it's like, yeah, I sleep for half an hour and I'm awake for half an hour, and I just cycle back and forth like that all night.
and you say you got your room darkened up.
Yep.
See, I need to do that around here because I know that in like an hour and a half, the sun will be up.
I have blackouts. Like I trip over stuff in my room during the day.
Nerdy's being merciful and has stayed the executions.
I saw that.
I guess Aunt Drew wants that patch about peeing outside.
Okay, well, there you go.
I can see some people sewing that onto their cat.
In memory of when I cared. I love snarky patches.
How's the weather where you're at?
Okay, but Orla,
It's raining where I am.
Okay.
I'm not sure how you can give the servants leftovers when you ate the servants.
Oh, she gives her leftovers of the other servants. Tell them it's pork.
Okay.
My dog was right about you.
Okay. Well, we will. I can't speak. We will eat leftovers for a couple of days after Christmas. Anyway, it's very, very beautiful. Absolutely clear sky here where I am.
We're
Freezing
getting our winter
Beautiful.
storm right now.
Okay, I would prefer I would love a good another good winter storm. Yeah, except I can't really get out and enjoy it when I'm still a bit sick.
I
rains.
was just looking at our forecast, and it says we're going to get some snow, but it says less than an inch of accumulation, so it's not going to amount to anything.
This is probably the 4th or 5th time that it's rained all year. So
Wow.
We need the water badly. It's been raining for a couple days, but we need it badly.
Okay. I could figure.
I live in the desert, and I love hot weather, but the water helps the environment, so I'm all for the rain.
Yeah, Kate's been saying it's been raining like crazy in San Diego.
It's really it's weird because it was 80 degrees 3 weeks ago, and now it's just instant winter. Overnight, it just started raining, and it's been gloomy ever since.
Okay, Will, saying winter and raining in the same sentence don't work.
We have
It
two.
does not rain in the winter. It comes down as frozen flakes.
We have 2 seasons, hot and not hot. I live in the desert. It's extremely hot during the day and extremely cold at night. That's our weather, I'm not even saying this to brag.
Wait a minute.
My pot plant started growing again because it didn't realize that it was supposed to be asleep. We do not have a cold season here.
Okay, Nerdy, when the rest of us go offline, you're just supposed to stay here and wait for us to go back. Now, see, you should be glad, because when I power down my computer, you cease to exist. I really haven't gotten a good answer yet from anyone in the UK if that hurts.
No, they said they're not coming. What the hell? Damn it.
That's funny.
I know I'm the last one to be yawning, but my coffee is finally starting to catch up with me.
Okay, thank you for that, Nerdy. Then I don't have to feel guilty about it.
Oh my! This is
that
bullshit.
reminds me of a Doctor Who episode. The one where they're in the library and is, hey, who turned up the lights? When Donna was in the simulated world, she had children, and one of the kids said, we feel like we don't exist when you're not around. It's because they didn't.
Well, yeah, I do try to be careful about it, and I generally don't reset my computer more than about once a week.
They're telling me they're searching for a car again. I don't get it. Yes, I am going to try to get here.
I'm gonna raid my. I think I'm gonna make pancakes. It's gonna be 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna go make pancakes, right? Or waffles.
Ooh, pancakes and waffles are both awesome.
I got a relatively new waffle maker that I got off of Amazon, and I love the thing. I absolutely love it.
Waffles are good.
Is it only me, or do waffle makers over time get the waffles to stick more and more?
I call it seasoning. Mine was so old; it was weathered and leathered. I had to get a new one.
Well, speaking of old, and since you're going to a thrift store, well, I know last month we bought a bread maker that was bought in 1998, I want to say,
or
1995. In the 1990s, either way. And that thing still makes still works.
Heck yeah. You know,
oh yeah, sometimes at the thrift store I find appliances that are still new in their original box that they've never been used, just like somebody had them in a closet for 10 years and then they finally gave up on it.
That's like when I made that video about the. I'm looking at it and pointing. I have a brother sewing machine. It was originally sold for like $200, $300. It was supposed to be an affordable sewing machine. I bought it for $20 at a thrift store, still in the box. And
wow!
It's brand new. It's the same year as this Husqvarna, which is fancy, but it's a brand new machine. I love it, and I got it for $20. And
Now,
somebody probably. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I've got a bread maker here. It's right here. I'll tell you, I love making bread with this bread maker. It works.
Yeah.
Very
You know
well.
what though?
My ex got me a bread maker and I couldn't get consistent results out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just think that, if you don't have central air conditioning, if you can't control the temperature and the humidity in the room it's in, you just can't get consistent results.
I dated a woman that used to make her own bread, and all it did was make me fat.
There you go.
Bread is
And I
amazing.
find in this apartment, for some strange reason, it's very often too cool for the bread to rise right. So I guess I have to turn the heat up to 80 to get the bread to rise.
Nerdy, I agree. I'm gonna get my R&D people on it right now.
Besta cara aí. Vai agora Santa Taia, cara, se não vai tremer. I hate it. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I'm not having a good time today.
Yeah, sorry you get so much hassles there. Just
it's the worst. Waiting is the worst. I could think of a million improvements for a sewing machine. Since we live in the future, how about one that has sensors on it? So you could just like kind of hold your hand over it.
Oh.
I remember that from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they have done away with buttons. You just have to wave your finger in the general direction of it, and it'll push.
I absolutely love that series. I love I'm obsessed with Hitchhiker's Guide from the Galaxy. I have a Don't Panic pin from an Apple IIe game. It was a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy game.
Oh, I had that game. Yeah,
no, I still have the pin to it. The game is somewhere around here, but as a kid, I loved that damn pin.
You had to watch the wording, because what was it? You were floating in the ether somewhere, and you had to visit every place twice.
And
the wording of the description was what told you if you were getting to the right place or not.
Some of my greatest memories are sitting in front of my Apple IIe or going to my dad's office when he worked at Rocketdyne and playing those stupid games on an Apple IIe.
Oh, wait a minute. What do we got?
How about, did any of you ever play Star Control 2?
No.
Not I.
Nope.
That was such an awesome game. You
Come on,
would,
get me
you
that
would be,
damn car, will you?
you'd be flying around the whole galaxy, visiting a lot of different star systems, meeting new species of life, trading, picking up minerals, and all to prevent a huge disaster from striking. So, Star Control 2. Star Control,
Okay.
you can play Star Control 2 without ever having played Star Control 1.
Orla, you're going to have to wait until he gets back from checking if the shops are open to see if he'll sit in front of your oven and hold the dough.
Did no one ever play Star Control 2? That could be something to do on a stream, by the way. Play Star Control 2 in one of the revamped versions.
Come on, get that. God damn it.
I mean, they are out with new music and all, but so it's also always a question if
here at this point.
copyrighted.
Go back to bed.
You know, I wondered about that. Like, can I play Mario? Can I just start streaming myself playing Mario 64?
Yeah, I think you pretty much can, because yes, the game and the music is copyrighted, but the producers also very well know that when you play it on stream, you give them free advertising.
True.
They want
Nintendo. Oh, sorry.
No, you go on.
Nintendo is notorious for striking people. And the only reason I know this is because my son feverishly watches watchdog groups. And they're all over YouTube. But Nintendo, they go after people if you use too much of their product online.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be really common for people to just stream gameplay, and it's become much more difficult on YouTube because a lot of things are getting picked up for copyright infringement.
That's what I figured. Because every time my son will run in here infuriated about something, it's always about some company who put some new rule down or something.
Your son sounds bright.
He has autism, and so he pays very close attention to what's going on around the world.
As I said, he sounds bright.
Oh, yeah. His concern is more or less the loss of freedom. Because in his lifetime, he's witnessed the internet become much more censored. And he sees my struggle with YouTube. YouTube, at least twice now, they considered a picture that I took and made a thumbnail out of offensive, or they just flat out won't put it up. And in both cases, I took the picture.
Okay, and what was it? A picture of Stool's balls?
No, one was a sunset with a thumbnail, and they wouldn't let me put it up, and they said it was offensive. And my answer was, "How the f is this offensive? I took the effing picture." I was not happy. My feedback was filled with the f word.
Well, before one of my streams went live, YouTube kept censoring it because I'd used the word orgasm in the title.
Oh, that's just stupid. And recently I had well, it's up now, but it's a thumbnail of people standing in front of they have a line in front of the police. The police raided, people were living in Echo Park, and the police came at night because they knew that people weren't able to mobilize and stop the police. And there's a picture of people where they created a human line to stop the cops, and someone took a picture. YouTube took that down for hours, and I didn't realize it until I complained. And they eventually put it back up, but I left. I posted my video and I left the house. I left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for a while there, while the BML protests were going on, they were just kind of flagging any picture that had policemen in it.
I think so too. It was so strange to me.
Still 1 minute, Mark Caesar. Still 1 minute.
Honey, I know.
Yep.
I know.
Almost there.
Oh, we made it.
What the human is still doing here.
Without any.
There's Stool.
Hey, Stool.
I was just about to say without any drama, but here it is.
You made it back.
It was very unpleasant, and I didn't like it.
Are all your shops closed?
Don't go outside
Let me turn the alarm off.
Don't go outside. It's not good.
No, the weather's
Is
absolutely
Poundland
beautiful.
closed?
Everything is closed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, well then you need to come to the U.S. to do your shopping today.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah.
Everything's
Also
gonna be open.
Denmark.
All this again next week.
I guarantee you everything's going to be open today. Because,
Actually-
again, capitalism.
Well, actually, in Denmark, it's only the discount
Přes to
supermarkets
bajeky.
that are open.
Manda to tady ukazuje Petrajství.
It's all very weird out there. Please don't go outside and see peoples today because peoples are fucking scary. And this place is full of the scary peoples. And by
Okay,
scary,
and there we go.
and by
Christmas
scary,
is done everywhere in the world.
Yeah, you made it.
Everybody
You
can go to
made
bed
it.
now.
I want to go raid my
Everybody can go to bed.
So, Stuhl, I'm sorry that you're disappointed, but yes, it is time to wrap this up and everybody go to sleep.
oh no,
Right.
you don't know the worst of it. I have to stay awake.
Oh,
Because
why?
a person just honked. Yes, I said honked. A person just honked the horn, and I've now got to do a thing. So,
A person honked a horn and you've got to go do a thing. Are you engaging in the oldest profession now?
Hey, a fiver is a fiver.
purple. No. Oh, that was clever.
Okay.
I didn't think before I spoke.
Well, I mean, if you're not getting paid for it, they could at least come and escort you from the door.
Right.
Mutta tady ukazuje Petrajství.
What's that again?
Stuhl, you're better from that. You're better than that. You need to get someone who respects you.
Karateran, man.
Respect,
Karateran,
Stuhl.
man,
Wait a
John.
minute. What world are we in again?
At least to be decently compensated.
I'm still waiting until Purple stops going live because I really do want to show you my brown wrinkly thing.
Okay, well, yeah, let's just do the kind of quick wrap up. Does anybody have any last words before I hit the button here?
Everybody should thank Purple for once again putting this on.
Yes, thank you, Pups.
Thank you, Perps.
Well,
Great
you know, and
job.
I appreciate all of the people who, stepped up to host the stream. I certainly couldn't have done this without a couple dozen other people involved.
I
It
hope
was
to be
a
able
pleasure,
to,
honey.
I hope to be able to host next year. I was not able this year.
Yep. Yeah, I understand when you're feeling that rundown.
Well, it's
Okay,
very
so
run down.
with that, I am going to hit the button and
Tune in
thank
at
you,
11
everybody in the
at 3
audience,
p.m.
for working
Eastern.
with us.
Always remember to drink responsibly.
Don't forget to tip your waitress. Thank you for showing up,
Bye-bye.
and see you on New Year's.
Never